And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Senior Day 2024. As we honor our Hilltopper seniors, they've given so much to the program in the past several years. First up, running back, number 1, A.J. Barber.
Welcome into West Family Stadium. The football game here against Charleston is coming up in about a half an hour, 25 minutes, but it is senior day here on the Hilltop, and let's take a look and honor some of these Hilltopper seniors. We start off with number 1, A.J. Barber. A.J. is from Baltimore, Maryland, and will graduate in December with his MBA. Earned all MEC honors and served as a team captain. Following graduation, he wants to be the best version of himself. Number 3, defensive back Elijah Morris Smith. We've said his name quite a bit this year. Elijah is from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and will graduate in December. In secondary social studies education and will graduate in December. He is being escorted by his parents Rick and Jennifer Dunleavy. During his career, he has earned a spot on the Mountain East Conference Honor Roll and the Dean's List. Defensive lineman Zach Vincenti. Zach is from McDonald, Pennsylvania, and will graduate in December with his degree in physical education and health. He is being escorted by his grandmother, Julie Vincenti. This season, he has served as a team captain. Following graduation, he wants to become a college football coach or physical education teacher. Number 6, defensive back, Jamar Tate. Jamar is from Cleveland and will graduate in May with his business administration degree. He is being escorted today by his mother, Sadat Tell, and his father, Cordell Tate. Following graduation, he plans to work in the business field and become an entrepreneur. We have number 11, quarterback, Kakoa Tarangan. Kakoa is from Hawaii, and will graduate in May with his degree in accounting. He wants to obtain his CPA license. And number 11, defensive lineman Delano Marcellus. Delano is from Columbus, Georgia, and will graduate in May with his human biology degree. He's being escorted today by Whistler. Anesthesiologist.
Following graduation, he wants to obtain his CPA license. Number 11, Kakoa Tarangan.
Number 12, defensive back Jordan Demas. Jordan is from Pittsburgh, will graduate in May with his marketing degree. He is being escorted today by Shonda Demas, Richard Demas, and Annie Demas. Following graduation, he wants to be the director of marketing for a big company. Number 35, kicker Tyler Waddell. Tyler is from Inwood, West Virginia, and will graduate in May with a degree in cybersecurity. He's being escorted today by his mother, Millie Waddell, father, Chris Waddell, and his sister, Meredith Waddell. Following graduation, Tyler plans to pursue a master's degree in cybersecurity. Is from Bowie, Maryland, and will graduate in December with a history degree. He plans to play professional football and pursue the field of history. Number 61, offensive lineman Elijah Mike. Elijah is from Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. He will graduate in December with his sports management degree, and he is being escorted today by his mother Tamara and father Jamar. This season, he has served as a team captain. Following graduation, he plans to become a sports marketing manager.
Number 61, Elijah Mike.
And last but not least, number 90, defensive lineman Carson Moore. Carson is from Tampa, Florida, and will graduate in May with a degree in criminal justice. He is being escorted today by his mother, Audrey Moore, father, Rod Moore, and uncle, Nathan Watson. Following graduation, he plans to become a police officer. A huge thank you to all of our senior football players, along with their families, parents, and friends. The amount of sacrifice all of these kids have had to make to get to this level and play here for the Hilltoppers, it does not go unnoticed. We want to give a huge thank you to them, and they deserve being honored here today. Folks, Topper Nation, stick around. We've got the pregame coming up and kickoff against Charleston here in just a little bit on Topper Station.
Okay, now come on out, band seniors. We'll,
Welcome to Inside Hilltopper Athletics, brought to you by Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. Here's your host, Todd Ullum.
Welcome into Inside Hilltopper Athletics. I am Todd Ullum. Joining me for this first segment, head coach of West Liberty football, Roger Wiley. Coach, this past week, the Toppers traveled down to Glenville to take on the Pioneers and some familiar foes and coaching staff. Unfortunately for the Toppers, it didn't end up the way they wanted it to. 37-14 was the final score, but had some good individual performances, some things to look up on. Hunter Patterson, 2 touchdowns on the day, 1 receiving, 1 rushing, had over 100 yards total in this one. But give us your take on the game down at Glenville.
Well, the bottom line, it came over to turnovers. I think 5 of our last 7 possessions, we turned the ball over, whether it was interception or fumble. You can't turn the ball over 5 times and win any football games. Very little. I mean, you know, when you turn it over twice, your chances to win go down to 20%. So we really have to take care of the football in order to stay in games. I thought we played in spurts, both offensively and defensively, but never played very consistently throughout the whole game. And then, you know, special teams, I thought we were winning the special teams battle until the onside kick, and they were able to recover it and go up and score. But, you know, defensively, our kids fought hard. You know, offensively, we played 4 quarterbacks. Just looking for somebody to take off and do something. But, you know, the bottom line is you can't turn the ball over. You know, we make a great play, DJ, on the interception, stop them from going in, and then we just trying to get it out, and then we turn it over on the 1-foot line. I mean, you can't have those turnovers and expect to win football games.
Yeah, stat-wise for the Toppers, again, we talked about some of the turnovers for the offense. Also had some takeaways for the defense. Like you said, DJ Johnson, his interception. Also Trent Crawford had an interception that led to the first touchdown for the Toppers of the game. Marcellus and Thompson both had a couple sacks together. But again, playing 4 quarterbacks in this one for the Toppers. You found Alex Dunleavy. He had over 100 yards in this one. How do you feel the youngster played?
Well, he plays well playing the play in, but, you know, it's kind of what I've talked to Alex about is that, you know, it comes down to turnovers. You know, I thought he ran the offense well, and he made a couple bad decisions, and it ended up costing us. And you can't put the blame on any one person, but understanding, you know, it's the toughest position to play in all the sport, in my opinion. And you have to have an internal clock back there that says, okay, hey, nothing's opening up, throw it away. Just, you know, we have rules in place to eliminate sacks, eliminate turnovers, and that's where we got to get better decision-making made, is in those situations where, okay, sometimes things aren't going to go perfectly for you. And you have to make the decision, okay, is this, and that's the fine line in football, playing that position. Is this the time to try to extend the play and get rid of one? Or is this the time to just throw it away and live another down? And that's where we have to get better, no matter who's playing back there. It's not just relegated to one person. but we have to do a better job from that position exclusively of taking care of the football and not putting our defense in bad situations.
As the season rolls on now, the Toppers come home this coming weekend. It will be the final home game of the season, taking on a tough test in Charleston, one of the top teams in the conference for certain. But it's also Senior Day. It's going to be a day we get to talk about a lot of guys that spend a lot of time here on the Hilltop.
Right. We got, some players because, the last thing, I call them our COVID kids. They're probably the last of the COVID group that's graduating that had to live through that in college football or in the college football experience. Obviously, you got high school kids that had to live through that, didn't get to play their senior year, lost games, depending on which state you lived in. So, it's bittersweet. I think, Trent Crawford has had an amazing career here. He, coming in as a walk-on, earning scholarship money, starting from, he came in during the COVID year and didn't start that first game of the COVID season. And after that, I think when healthy, it started every game here. And so Delano Marcellus has been a force inside. Vicente is waiting a long time to get on there. I mean, I can go on and on about everybody. That's great. But the big thing is they're all graduating. And that's the number one goal when you get to small college football is you got to graduate to make your life better, hopefully, along the lines.
Well, we talked about the game, or the seniors for Senior Day. Charleston is coming to town, a very, very tough test. What do you expect to see from them?
Well, you're going to see number 5. They're going to try to get the ball to him. I mean, you look in most games, it's been between 36 and 40 times a game, whether it's run. The bulk of it is running the football, but they do throw it to them. They have a quarterback that, a different quarterback. Their starting quarterback had a shoulder injury. I don't know. He's supposed to be coming back soon, but the way that number 9's playing, it's hard to. He throws the ball highly efficiently, and although they only throw the ball anywhere from 10 to 15 times a game because they're constantly running Chevon. But the big thing about the quarterback is he can take off and go at any time, meaning he runs the zone read. And when he reads, I think he had 3 pulls last week against Fairmont, and 2 of them went for touchdowns. One was 56 yards. So, it's, they're, what they're going to run. You just got to go defend it. And defensively, they base everything out of the stack, their aggressive stack, where they're going to try to bring pressure and bring different guys and make your line try to figure out, okay, which way are we going? How are we going to protect them? They play a lot of man on the back half. And so, when they're playing a lot of man, our receivers got to win, first of all, and then we got to figure out a way to run the football. But, their running backs leading the country in rushing. He's one of the top running backs on Division II. He was last year also. They're a top 10 team in the country, and it's because, their games haven't been close. They haven't played in a close game yet. Everybody they've played, they've outscored them by a lot, whether it's offense. And they've had some, against Pembroke, it was close at halftime. I think it was like 28-31 at halftime, and the score ended up being 60-something to 31. That's the explosiveness they have offensively. And if you fall asleep on the running back and the quarterback, they have wide receivers that can go at any time. Hopefully they're frustrated because they're only throwing the ball 10 to 15 times a game, and they're talented receiving group. So we got our hands cut out for us, but Senior Day, our kids are still working hard. We have, I've said many a times in the show, is that I like this team. And hopefully, we got 3 games to try to put one together. And, we've won a couple games, but we haven't played to our capabilities at any time. And that's probably the most disappointing part as a coach, is that I haven't been able to get that out of them.
Well, Coach, we're going to have another opportunity this Saturday. Again, folks, Topper Nation, make sure to get to West Family Stadium Saturday at 2 p.m. as the Toppers take on Charleston. It is also Senior Day. Be here to send off the seniors. It'll be a good one to let them all know how much we care and thank them for all their time and sacrifice, honestly, to play this sport and all the time and effort.
Yeah, and it's a little different 2 o'clock kickoff for us. I don't think we've ever kicked it off at 2 o'clock before. We played noon, we played 1 o'clock, never 2. It's either been noon, 1, or 7.
Well, hopefully that will make a change. That will be good for the Toppers and kind of get Charleston off their game as well. They've been buzzing pretty good so far this season, and the Toppers will have a tough test coming this Saturday. Coach, thank you for taking time out of your morning to be with us. Folks, we will be right back for more Inside Hilltopper Athletics.
From humble beginnings in 1837, West Liberty University has been home to thousands of students. Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. This is a place where you will discover who you are and where you belong, surrounded by lifelong friends and a supportive faculty and staff. Start your journey home at West.
Welcome to this Topper Station and Mountain East Conference Digital Network production. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Belmont Savings Bank, McDonald's, WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital, Gil Ullum CPA, Main Street Bank, Generations, Karen Ullum Realty, The Health Plan, Dr. and Mrs. John P. McCullough, IBEW, The Hawbegger Group, Alex E. Paris, Chick-fil-A, Dr. and Mrs. Clyde D. Campbell, The Store, The Dirty Dog Tavern, Dirty Dog Bowling, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, Hilltop Acres, Undos, Calcruth Roofing and Sheet Metal, The Alpha, CMTA Energy Solutions,
Pink
and
eyeliner
Budget
look.
Transportation. Here's Todd Ullum and Davey McKinney.
We are live from West Family Stadium for the final home game of the season for the Hilltoppers as they welcome in the undefeated Golden Eagles of Charleston. Thank you for joining us on Topper Station. I am Todd Ullum, joined by student broadcaster Davey McKinney. It is going to be a tough one today. Charleston comes in, as we said, undefeated. They are ranked number 4 right now in Super Region 1. In the AFCA poll, they are number 9 in the country. In the D2Football.com poll, they are number 12 in the country. Get ready to hear the name Shavon Wright. They're going to run the football most of the day. And here's the thing. They are not a terrible passing football team. They're just extremely good at running the football, so they're going to do what their bread and butter is first. And if you find a way to kind of slow that down, they'll hit you over the top with a nice pass. They got a nice defense, too. It's going to be an interesting one to watch today.
Absolutely, Todd. And to touch up on what you just said about the offense, I mean, yes, Shavon Wright, he is a absolute powerhouse in the backfield for the Golden Eagles. But at the same time, Ian Hamrick is not somebody to look over either. He averages 139 yards per game passing. He threw for 245 passing yards and 1 touchdown against Fairmont State. So as West Liberty defensively, the secondary has struggled this year. They've allowed 2,105 passing yards against all the teams that they faced. And the big thing for West Liberty is their defensive line. They stop the run. West Liberty has only allowed 959 rushing yards so far. So, what you need to do for West Liberty defensively is stop the pass game. If you can stop the pass game, do what you do on the defensive line of holding the rushing game, holding Wright under his average, which is quite impressive. He averages 192 yards per game. Rushed for a just huge 240 rush game, had 4 touchdowns. That's impressive at a D2 level, at any level.
Yeah.
So definitely something that this West Liberty defense has to make adjustments with this game and come out and put basically all the weight on their secondary to say, hey guys, we've struggled all year long. Now's the time. Senior day, it's now the time to upset these guys. Hold them, do what we need to do. We've watched film, we've practiced all week, and then we're going to be solid.
Well, we'll see if the Toppers can pull off an upset and give the Golden Eagles their first loss of the season. We will take a break and come right back for more on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Grab a meal at the Dirty Dog Tavern. Located at the top of the hill in West Liberty, Dirty Dog Tavern offers a family-friendly atmosphere with a full menu as well as adult beverages. They have the game during weekday happy hours, play games.
Okay, when we come back, I'm going straight down to Caden.
Okay.
Open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday from noon to 8. Come to the Dirty Dog Tavern in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics.
All right, now you're just like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Here you go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium. We will go down to the sideline and take a listen to the WVU Medicine Series history from Caden Bednarik. Caden, take it away.
Welcome to West Family Stadium, where today the West Liberty Hilltoppers will take on the Charleston Golden Eagles for Senior Day. The Toppers will celebrate 11 seniors for the final home game. The Hilltoppers' current record for this matchup is 2-6 overall and 2-4 in the Mountain East Conference. The last meeting between these two teams was in 2023 when Charleston took home a win of 42-17 at their home field. The Toppers' all-time series UC leads is 18-14-1.
Thank you, Caden. I appreciate that. And as we get ready for the McDonald's coin toss, thank you to the Stoltz family, McDonald's. And remember, fans, when the Hilltoppers win, you win in the McDonald's app. Download the McDonald's app for a free Big Mac offer the day after the Hilltoppers win. Available to be redeemed at your local McDonald's. Out there for the Toppers, got Ben Turner, Trent Crawford, Zach Vincenti. They're trying to get the last number on the end. Delano Marcellus, number 11. As you see, the head official. Top Acres officiating crew coming up here. So Charleston wins the toss but defer to the second half, so they will kick to the Toppers to start off this ball game. Charleston will receive the second half kickoff. And it is time for the Toppers to make their way through the tunnel. We've got to think here. We saw 4 quarterbacks last weekend for the Toppers. Alex Dunleavy got a majority of the stats and that won a majority of the yards. But we also know the Toppers like to run that football with Hunter Patterson. We've seen him out of the backfield. We've seen him down the field in pass routes. We've also seen a little bit of A.J. Barmer out of the backfield, as seen on Senior Day today. I'm sure we'll see more of him as well.
And that's a big thing that Hunter Patterson in this offense of West Liberty has to think about, because West Liberty is a pass offense. They're not a run offense. Now, yes, they have excelled in the run periodically throughout the season, but defensively for Charleston, they've only allowed 863 rushing yards and only 1,661 passing yards. So for this offense for West Liberty, you've got to think pass, pass, pass. Then sneak a run in here and there, try to fool the defense. If they can find a hole, Patterson's going to be in a good spot today, but this defense is strong for Charleston.
Yeah.
So the best thing for these guys for West Liberty to do is attack the secondary.
Well, we're going to see how things turn out here. This might be the best football weather type of game we've had so far in this season, honestly, for us here. The home games that we've been able to call here, we've had some pretty good weather, been pretty lucky throughout. As we get set for the Main Street Bank kickoff, and again, the Hilltop Acres officiating crew, Dave Blair is your white hat, the referee, the umpire, Evan Sargo, Head linesman Sean Meeks. The line judge Mark Armstrong, Dustin Redmond, Brandon Ballard, Matthew Gregorgalis. I think that will do it for the men on the field in the striped shirts. As we get set. Thomas Ashworth, I believe. I'll take that back. It's Levi Paxton, the man out there to kick for the Golden Eagles of Charleston. Waiting for the Topper special teams to get out there. Usually it's Ben Turner back to it. Well, at times it was. We will have Josh Vine and number 29, Jamichael Ratliff, back to return for the Toppers. This Main Street Bank kickoff. Well, for the final time in the 2024 season, the opening kickoff of a home game for the Toppers will take place. They will have 2 games after this at Fairmont and at Wheeling. Talk about finishing off with a tough schedule and some big rivals. So Paxton is set to go. Boots this one away. It will be Josh Vine. Getting this at the 10 to the 15. Tries to break a couple tackles and eventually gets to about the 23-yard line. They'll spot him at the 22. And the Toppers will take over 1st and 10 for the first time today. And we have a senior starting at quarterback. It will be number 11, Kekoa Tarangan, the 6'1", 190-pound senior from Hawaii. See Hunter Patterson in the backfield with him, but also just run this one up the middle. Gain of about 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Toppers quickly back to the line of scrimmage, wasting no time. Hard count. Charleston does not bite. Patterson, flea flicker, Tarangan down the right side. Turner is there, he's covered. Somehow almost got that football, bobbled around and incomplete, but Turner had an opportunity at a well-placed throw.
Love the fact that West Liberty's coming out in this first quarter with a little bit of trickery to try to fool the secondary for Charleston. And it was a neck-and-neck kind of race there with Turner and a lot of contact as well between him and Preston for Charleston. And it looked like he almost came up with it until, unfortunately, hit the turf.
The Toppers line up again. Send Turner in motion. Tarangan looking left side, just dumps it off to Patterson. Has a host of Golden Eagle tacklers there and gets stopped after a gain of just a few. Bring up 4th down. DJ Johnson on to punt for the Toppers. Back to return for Charleston, I believe, is Thomas Ashworth. End-over-end kick for Johnson. This one's going to hit just inside the 40 and get a huge West Liberty bounce. Returned and gained for about 5 yards, and Ashworth makes something out of nothing. And a flag is on the field. So an illegal substitution in the yardage for the penalty is enough to give the Hilltoppers a first down, so the Toppers offense would head right back out onto the field. That's a huge break early in a ball game when you're facing an undefeated team.
Absolutely. Definitely gives a little bit of a kind of a redemption feeling for the offense to come out there. Kind of a little bit of extra pep in their step, going, all right, here we go. We didn't excel in the first drive. Let's do it again and let's score a touchdown.
We'll see what this Topper offense can do. Couldn't get a first down. Their first opportunity, a 3-and-out, and able to draw a penalty against Charleston. Toppers will go 4 wide here. Tarangan's going to hand this one off to Hunter Patterson, trying to figure his way out. He does on the left side of the line for about 12 yards and the first down for the Toppers.
And this just kind of goes back to what I said in the beginning of the pregame, Todd, is if the Hilltoppers and Hunter Patterson, they can find holes to run through this defense, it's going to be a close game, I feel. So if they can continue doing that and Patterson getting chunks of yards and moving the football, they're going to be in a good spot.
And if Patterson starts catching fire a little bit here, we've seen the Toppers be able to get him the ball in various ways, whether it be screen passes or just swing passes out of the backfield, as Patterson once again gets a gain of 4, bring up second down and 6. Toppers switch the formation a little bit as we've got Turner, Rice, and Balgo at the bottom of your screen in the bunch trips formation. I believe that's Hurst up to the top of the screen all alone. Patterson takes the handoff left side again. He's going to be close to a first down. We'll call him about a yard shy. It'll be 3rd and 1. Toppers bring in an extra lineman as Rice comes off the field. The Toppers will go heavy on this 3rd and 1 play. They also put Javon Harper, the freshman offensive lineman, number 69, in the backfield as the fullback. Flag is thrown on the snap. Patterson stopped right at the line of scrimmage. We'll see what the flag is.
Legal formation. With the side and backfield. Offense, number 38. Five-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Dave Blair, the white hat, makes the call against the Toppers.
Correction. Penalty to 5. 4th down.
So Charleston will decline the penalty, and because there was no gain or a loss of a yard on that 3rd down run for Patterson, they decline and force the Toppers to punt this one away. And the Toppers able to get that football into Charleston territory, kind of try to win that field position game early on here as Johnson. We've seen him put some punts inside the 10 this year. End over end again. This one will land at about the 26, and that's where it'll be downed. I'm sorry, the 16, and that's where it'll be downed. So the Topper defense will get an opportunity here to force Charleston to have to drive most of the length of the field. Golden Eagle offense gets set for their first possession. It's Ian Hamrick in at quarterback. They've also had Javonte Howard play there at times this year. But there's the man to watch. Number 5 at tailback. And they're going to do a little bubble screen here quickly. Get a decent gain before Chris Harm and company can get there to make this tackle.
Complete to Shamar Wright.
The pass was completed to Yves Bosman's number 6. And some of the numbers on these jerseys makes it difficult to see. The 6 kind of looks like a 5. Now it's Wright with the handoff up the middle. Crawford and company on the tackle for the Toppers, but it'll be enough for a first down at the 30-yard line.
Right ball carrier, not for the Charleston first down. 21 Trent Crawford on the stop for West Liberty. 50-10 from the 30.
So again, it'll be Hamrick under center, takes the shotgun snap, going to pass this one out, and stopped immediately for the Toppers. Great defensive play.
Pass is complete, number 6.
That's something. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that's something that Charleston does quite a bit against Fairmont State. They ran kind of these screen-like passes most of the time. A lot of the times they would take the tight end and the fullback and motion them to the strong side or whatever, and either one side or the other, and then they would use bubble screens that way, and it excelled for them against the Falcons.
Hamrick has to step up. He's going to scramble. Can he find somewhere to run? No, he's going to gain about a yard and slide down. So after a loss of 1 on first down, a gain of 2 on second, it'll bring up 3rd down and 9. And the Topper defense holding here. See if they can do it again. Trying to get the crowd here, West Family Stadium going. See guys on the sideline trying to get them fired up. Trips to the bottom of the screen. Hamrick with Wright to his right. And a lone receiver up top. Hamrick launches this one down the middle. Man is almost open, but underthrown. A flag is going to be thrown, and Tyshawn Campbell will be called for the pass interference.
It's just the mental mistakes, Todd, like that just kind of hurt this defense for West Liberty. And against a tough opponent like Charleston, you can't afford to have these penalties happen because you've got them on 3rd down, and you had them in an opportunity in their own portion of their field, backed up. You had an opportunity to possibly, get the punt team out there, and then this happens.
I think it was one of those. I'm sure when he watches the film back, again, hindsight is 20/20. We're not down there on the field with him. We don't know, but if he could have just got his head around a little bit faster, might have seen that ball coming. Could have been a big play for the Topper defense, but here is Wright up the middle, making some people miss. Finally brought down at about the 35-yard line. And a gain of 19 yards on that carry for Shavon Wright. First and 10 from the 36. Pass to the right side is going to be caught for the first down and slides out of bounds. The man on the reception, Marquand Herron, the 6-foot, 170-pound junior receiver. It sure looked like he wanted to keep running, just slid too far out of bounds.
Herron, the receiver for first down.
Right. Swap sides, play action. Pass is going to be caught. Good blocking on the outside to the 10. Can he get to the end zone? Does. Touchdown for Charleston. Shamar Wright, the 5'8" senior receiver from Fort Lauderdale, gets the first points on the board in this ball game.
And Charleston does exactly what they excel at, which is those little bubble screens. The blocking is executed perfectly and allows an open hole for them to score.
So on for the extra point, Levi Paxton, the junior kicker. Toppers go offside. And now after the flag, it looks like Charleston may put their offense back out on the field, and they will, to go for the 2-point conversion.
Defense, number 3, high-rated quarterback. Half inch is goal. Try for point.
If you're this Topper defense and you see number 5 walk out there, you kind of have an idea of where this ball is going.
You got to think just about everybody right on the line of scrimmage there, everybody in tight. Still a shotgun formation. Wright gets the handoff. Flag is thrown again. He's into the end zone, but is this offside? No, this will be false start on Charleston.
Legal formation, offense, 45 in backfield. 5-yard penalty, we try for point.
So a 5-yard penalty on the illegal formation, and now Charleston's special teams back out for the extra point. So Paxton once again will go for this attempt. The snap, the hold, the kick is good. So after all of that, the extra point goes through. It is 7-0. Charleston leads halfway through this Belmont Savings Bank first quarter. We will take a quick break and be right back for more on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Our team at Belmont Savings Bank stands out in the mortgage industry because we care about our customers.
My first-time home buyers, my younger people, I try to treat them like my children. Look, I would want my children to be treated.
And the minute when those keys slide across the table to those owners, it goes from becoming a house to becoming their home. We call Ohio Valley home.
Our motto is, how may we help you today? When you're working with a community bank, our main focus is the community.
West Virginia's largest restoration company is now in the heart of the Mountain State. With a location in Charleston, joining our branches in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, we'll be there to help when you need it most. Our expert team and state-of-the-art equipment is ready to serve the Kanawha Valley 24 hours a day. From water damage to fire restoration, when disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
My name is Mike Scheel, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon with WVU Medicine at Reynolds Memorial Hospital. So we have a unique opportunity here at Reynolds to work with the ROSA surgical robot. The results have been amazing. We can really predict what your alignment is going to be, what your tracking is going to be, what your range of motion is going to look like before we ever cut you. The results for patients have been outstanding.
Well, welcome back to West Family Stadium. Toppers down midway through the Belmont Savings Bank first quarter, 7-0. As Charleston leads. And to good for Ian Hamrick. Went 4 for 4 for 43 yards and a touchdown that first drive for Charleston. Shavon Wright, 25 yards on 2 carries. And Shamar Wright, the 2 catches on 2 targets for 32 yards and a touchdown. So here's Paxton. Boot this one away. Josh Bigby on the return. The 25-30, brought down by a few Golden Eagles, and a late flag is thrown right as the tackle was being made and from across the field.
Return. Put it off in the back. Receiving team, number 40, 10-yard penalty.
They call that on Robert Payton Jr., the freshman linebacker from Landover, Maryland, on the Toppers. So pushing back 15 yards. Ranking sends Turner in motion, hands off to Patterson, gets stacked. Well, no, now he's on the move. Got stacked up in the backfield, still moving on the spin to about the 42-yard line. They will spot him. No, they'll give him the 41. But Hunter Patterson says, hey, Javon Wright, don't forget about me, buddy.
Absolutely, and he did a great job waiting for that offensive line to kind of open up and the play to develop. Kind of shifted to his right a little bit, and then once he found that crease, he went right through it and got a massive gain.
The Toppers answer the touchdown with a first down on the first play of the next drive. Play action. Turner gets this one. Going to be brought down, though, as the Charleston defense saw that one immediately. DeCavis Preston, the redshirt junior, on the tackle for the Golden Eagles.
This Charleston defense, they play a lot of man-to-man. So these screens that West Liberty are running periodically through this game might not excel the way that they're wanting it to, just because of how close his defensive secondary is.
Patterson on the run again, little off-tackle style play. Going to get a gain of about 6. It'll bring third down and 4. Toppers go with twins to each side, but a stacked formation look here. Durangan on 3rd and 4 looks to get a first down here right near midfield. Rolls to the left. He's going to run this one, and he has enough room, gets the first down into Charleston territory. Toppers move the chains once again. We've seen at times this year that has been a little bit of a struggle trying to get first downs continually on the same drive. The Toppers doing it so far. Patterson right side. Churning, there's a flag thrown. When it's in that general area, you think holding, but you never know.
Hold offense, number 61.
I believe they called that on 61, Elijah Mike. They'll take the Toppers back 10 yards, 1st and 20. Play clock starts once again. Toppers get the play call in. They go with trips to the top of the screen. Rice, the lone man at the bottom. Turner in motion. Little screen here for Patterson. Toppers trying to get blocking out in front of him as he gets to about the 50-yard line. Gain of about 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 14.
Great play call there by Coach Wiley. There's been a lot of pressure on the quarterback here recently. The last play, the 3rd down conversion where Turangan had to, roll out of the pocket. Bringing that screen into that play call right there allows that defense to crash in there and still gain good yardage as well.
Taranging looking down the center of the field, down the seam. Pass is going to be tipped around and honestly could have been picked off by maybe a couple of Golden Eagles, and they're both still on the ground, a little bit of friendly fire. But back up, and hopefully for them it's just a quick. It was Kashawn Beasley and Marquise Heron. So it brings up 3rd down and 13. And it looks. And Charleston will call a timeout. And we will take a quick break along with them. We'll be right back. It's 7-0 Charleston in the first on Topper Station.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays?
That's incredible.
And several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
From the long-lasting and reliable heating and cooling systems we send out the door, to the friendly and knowledgeable dealers who go the extra mile. With a no-hassle replacement limited warranty, you can trust day and night to deliver outstanding service and performance, keeping you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort. To find a day and night dealer, visit dayandnightcomfort.com.
Welcome back to West Family Stadium. 3rd down and 13. Taranging feels the blitz, steps up in the pocket, somehow avoids it, but finally the Golden Eagles able to bring him down. It was Brees Hoff, a redshirt senior linebacker, making the play.
Hoff came in on that blitz, just broke right through the offensive line, caused pressure, caused Taranging to try to get out of the pocket, but he was just too quick for him. Was able to bring him down to the turf.
So 4th and 16 as the 4-minute mark of the first quarter rolls by. DJ Johnson, good punt here, high hanging, bobbled, but able to be brought in right at about the 21. The man on the return, Thomas Ashworth. So with 3:48 remaining in the Belmont Savings Bank first quarter, Charleston will get their second offensive possession, and this is kind of something we talked about pregame, and knowing that the Golden Eagles like to run the football, this could be a 1 or 2 or 3 type possession quarter, and we'll see how this one ends up going. We'll take another quick break as well, and we'll be right back on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Disasters happen. Pick the team that takes care of them all. Powered by offices in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration is ready to handle any size emergency at a moment's notice. We have the right people, knowledge, and equipment to respond 24 hours a day.
I'm Roger Wiley. When disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Hilltoppers call, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community, the health plan. Here for you.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium. Charleston with their second offensive possession of the ball game. Quarterback sends a man in motion. Right takes the handoff up the middle, trying to find some space, and does. Gets a gain of 12 on first down. moving the ball forward are the Golden Eagles pretty quickly. Hamrick still in at quarterback. Wright takes the handoff once again, right side, but this time for a gain of just about 2. It'll be second down and long coming up. Marcellus, I believe, on the tackle for the Toppers. Hamrick in shotgun with Wright to his left. Play action, steps up, fires this one deep down the middle of the field, but too long for the intended receiver, and falls incomplete. Eves Bozeman's, the senior 6-foot receiver, was the intended target. So a big 3rd down and 8 here, still early in the ball game. The Topper defense would love nothing more than to get that ball back for their offense. Hamrick hard count, jump to the Toppers, free play, right side, bomb. Off the face mask it looked like, an incomplete, but it was offside on the Toppers. So mark it off 5 yards, repeat the down. It'll be 3rd down and 3. We'll see if Charleston elects to run the ball on this one, knowing their very good ability to run the football, to bring in some extra blockers, 2 tight ends.
This is something that West Liberty's defense has also kind of struggled with, is getting teams off on 3rd down, getting them off the field.
Hamrick smartly keeps this one on the read option and gets a huge gain to about the 44 of West Liberty. And Charleston's moving the football once again. Right once again, but the Topper defense is right there to get them from behind, in front, and all sides. A gain of 1. We'll bring them 2nd down and 9. And if you take a look at our little score bug, the graphic, we've got the maroon background for UC, and this might be the least amount of maroon I have ever seen in any of their team's uniforms. I've called games at Charleston when they've come to West Liberty over the years. I believe this is the least amount of maroon I've ever seen. Play action. Pass is going to be caught. Tries to get some blocking downfield, but not enough for the 1st down, and there is a flag late. Elijah Morris-Smith is going to be called for the personal foul. Nico Koski, I'm sorry, yeah, it was Nico Koski, number 34, the fullback, 5'11", 225-pound senior.
Personal foul, unintentional righteous, defense, number 3, 15-yard penalty, results in 1st down.
So give them 15 yards. They were a yard shy of the 1st down. Tack on 15 to the end of the pass to Stowski.
Kind of looked like Koski was almost like he thought he wasn't down, and so he kept just turning the legs, and I think Morris Smith just kind of took that as he was pushing around.
Play action. Now flag is thrown. They stop the play. It'll be a false start on the Golden Eagles.
False start. Offense. Number 31. Carter Kelly. With that.
So that'll push him back. It'll be 1st and 15 from the 24. Hamrick looking left side, fires this one. Pass is going to be caught. Elijah Morris-Smith able to get him out of bounds at about the 15. Yves Bozeman's the man on the catch for Charleston.
He said 70-something on the false start. I can't remember the last number. It was one of the 70s. Is there a 77? I think 77. No, he's not out there. No, he's not out there.
Charleston lines up again, twins to the left of Hamrick. Sends a man in motion.
It was a 70.
Right takes the handoff. Left side, a helmet comes off for somebody from West Liberty. Looks like Mason Gates, the man with the helmet that came off. It will be 3rd down and 2, it looks like. It's about a dozen seconds remaining in this first quarter. They could let this go out as the play clock is at 30. 5 on the game clock. Wright takes the handoff up the middle for the first down. And about a yard or two more. That will be the end of the first quarter. We will take a break. Flip sides of the field as Charleston is preparing for their second score of the ball game. We'll see what happens here if the Topper defense can hold. We'll be right back for more in the start of the WVU Medicine second quarter on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5.
So much.
That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Hey guys, my name's Todd Cover. I'm President and CEO of Belmont Savings Bank. People ask me all the time what makes Belmont Savings different. Here's a few examples. We are 100% focused on our customers. We have the best checking accounts around. All decisions are made here locally, and the money stays here in your local community. So follow us on social media to find out what we're doing in your community. I encourage you to visit our website or come check us out in person. How may we help you today?
All right, now just like Daddy.
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training, or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium. Charleston leading this one 7-0 as we begin the WVU Medicine second quarter. But they are inside the 10 and ready for another score. Hamrick, so far in this game, 6 of 7 for 59 yards, 85% pass completion, and a touchdown, a long of 24. Wright going to take this one, left side bouncing around. Did he get to the end zone? They're going to say he's just shy. He might be inside the 1. Wright in that first quarter, 7 runs for 43 yards. We'll see if he can get his first touchdown of this ball game. You got to think this close to the. Oh, they're going Wildcat. Wright takes the snap, but a flag is thrown. He gets into the end zone, but let's see what the flag is first. They're going to say it's on the Toppers. You got to think this will be declined. And Charleston will take the touchdown. That is what happens. Charleston declines as the extra point team comes out onto the field. They score on what was the second play of the WVU Medicine second quarter. Paxton on for the extra point. And a jump there. You saw it on the left side of the offensive line of Charleston. It'll be a false start.
The original target was declined due to Charleston touchdown quarterback keeper.
So moving back a little bit, see if Charleston can make this a 14-0 game. Shavon right now with 55 yards and a touchdown as we're still early in this second quarter. Snap the hold. The kick is good. Make it 14-0 in favor of the Golden Eagles. And we will take a quick break here on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Grab a meal at the Dirty Dog Tavern. Located at the top of the hill in West Liberty, Dirty Dog Tavern offers a family-friendly atmosphere with a full menu as well as adult beverages. Catch the game during weekday happy hours, play games like darts or pool, or enjoy the deck with your family and friends. Open Monday through Saturday at 4 p.m. and Sunday from noon to 8. Come to the Dirty Dog Tavern in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics.
Welcome back to West Family Stadium. Charleston Golden Eagles leading this one 14-0 early on in the WVU Medicine second quarter. And it's been kind of what we have expected to see a little bit. There were times that West Liberty was able to string some first downs together, try to get a bit of an extended drive, just couldn't put it in the end zone or get any points. This one will be returned from the 25 on a little pooch kick. And now a flag is thrown late. And it looked like there was something across the field from where the tackle was made, and we're not certain if it's going to go against the Toppers or the Golden Eagles.
After second goal, 55, unnecessary roughness, kicking team, number 20, 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First out.
They call that on Noah Benson of Charleston. He's a 6'1" senior defensive back. So the Toppers get a gift there of 15 yards to start this drive and see if they can answer with a touchdown of their own. Kakoa Tarangan is still out there, quarterback. Well, actually, take that back. He's going to line up at receiver. It'll be Hunter Patterson lining up in the Wildcat. Rice goes in motion. He's going to fake the jet sweep. Patterson keeps it himself, gets a good gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd and 5 as the Toppers are getting closer to midfield.
I love the fact that West Liberty is mixing up their play calls from what they normally do against Charleston, because during the Fairmont State game, Charleston did that a lot to the Falcons, is they mixed up their play calls, and what you saw on film wasn't exactly what you saw during the game. It just keeps the defensive coordinator's mind just churning. It's a great job by West Liberty.
Patterson again gets this snap. Gets the first down and maybe a little bit more. Stays on his feet, trying to break more tackles, and finally out of bounds at about the 39-yard line.
And Patterson right there proving why you have to wrap him up to take him down. Because if not, he's going to just keep driving and extending the play with his legs.
Patterson was at 50 yards on the ground in the first quarter. Wright was at 55, so he's trying to go toe-to-toe with Shavon Wright. Now Patterson goes back to the slot. It is Tarangan back at quarterback, fires this one, tipped around. Patterson tried to make that catch, but it was a better defensive play by Kayshawn Beasley, the redshirt senior defensive back from Louisville, Kentucky.
2nd and 10. Ball is 39.
Another thing that, Todd, that I really like that West Liberty is doing is they're putting Harper, number 69, in the backfield, and he's also in a receiving spot right now as well.
Right now. Goes in motion, blocks down in the end, but I believe the flag is coming on this Tylen McGee run, the freshman tailback, but I think the man in motion was making his way a little bit towards the line of scrimmage before he should have.
And that just is kind of something that linemen aren't used to. They're not used to being receivers, but it's a good way for West Liberty to use an extra blocker, especially as good as this defense is for Charleston and the blitzes that they've been bringing on the quarterback for West Liberty. It's a great and smart job by the offensive coordinator to put him out there, and Coach Wiley to put him out there, add some extra protection for the quarterback, also an extra blocker to open up holes for Patterson. Kind of basically looks like the old school Chicago Bears, you know? Just put the refrigerator back there and open up holes.
Well, I believe they decline the penalty, and they'll just take the yardage. Not much yardage that was gained on that play. It'll be 3rd down and 11. McGee takes the handoff from Tarangan on the left side. Gain of about 2, maybe 2.5. It'll be 4th and long. And the Topper offense stays on the field, and they're in that no-man land territory where they're kind of too far for the field goal and maybe a little too close for the punt. So we're just going to go for it. And I didn't see stuff like this a lot until I started watching Division II college football about a decade or so ago. You see this quite a bit with just about every team that you're going to watch at this level, and as that pass goes incomplete on 4th down, the Topper defense will have to make their way back out onto the field, down 14-0 with 12:11 left to play in the WVU Medicine second quarter. We'll see what the Golden Eagles bring out this time. We saw them try to do a little bit of wildcat with Wright this past drive. As it will be back out there. Shavon Wright to the left of the quarterback. Wright takes the carry up the middle. Gets some good blocking. To the 50, finally brought down by DJ Johnson, but there is a flag thrown. Johnson had some help from Morris Smith and Mason Gates. It'll be a face mask, and it looks like it might be an extra 15 against the Toppers.
No flag. Wave it off.
And they're going to say no flag on the play. They're waving off what I thought they were signaling as face mask. So no extra yardage, but Charleston on the 45 of West Liberty. Hamrick
There you go.
still there in the shotgun. Throws this one out quickly again for a little wide receiver screen. Bozeman's on the move. And he'll be pushed out at the 20-yard line. Eves Bozeman's 6-foot senior receiver showing off his speed. Hamrick, play action, goes across the middle, tipped around, and it's going to be picked off by the Toppers. Junis McGraw, the freshman defensive back, tips the tip drill. I mean, nothing better to say than that. That's what that was. Tipped around about 4 or 5 times, finally brought down as Charleston was once again knocking on the door to try to get into the end zone, and the Toppers this time said no way.
The throw from Hamrick, it just looked like he released it wrong, and it just sailed over top, and the receiver was able to get a little bit of a hand on it. But if in that situation, I understand as a receiver you're trying to go for the ball, but just let it go, because if you tip it, stuff like that happens. And a great job by McGraw to just concentrate. It hit him on top of the head and then fell right into his arm. But unfortunately now the Hilltoppers are back in their own territory, basically backs against the wall.
In the literal shadows of their own goalposts. Tarangan looking down the middle, right side. Ben Turner is there, incomplete, just a little too far ahead. The defensive back had fallen, and Turner was all by himself. That's going to be one that everyone here wants back.
You could hear the awes of just the crowd when the ball just hit the turf. A sigh of relief came over the Charleston sideline for sure. But when that defender fell and Turner was wide open, I mean, that would have been 6 right there. I mean, if he would have been able to have caught up with that football and caught it, no one else was catching him. He was in his own area.
Harper, the offensive lineman, in the backfield again. Oh, no, the snap is fumbled. Tarangan just trying to get rid of this one. Threw it in the vicinity of Ben Turner, but didn't get back to the line of scrimmage. We're going to have a conversation here. Could this be a safety for an intentional grounding in the end zone? It looked good to me. Was he outside the tackle box? And everything is good. 3rd down we go. No flag on the play. The Toppers avoid disaster there with what could have been a safety.
I'm just really surprised Tarangan was able to pick up that football and just chuck it in the vicinity of Turner right there.
Quick snap again. Tarangan just throws this one down the field. Flags, I think, at the line of scrimmage and in the defensive backfield. So we'll see who these flags are on. They've got quite a few of them on the field and get it sorted out. Again, the Hilltop Acres officiating crew having a conversation right now. Dave Blair, the white hat, the head official, the referee. So offsides on Charleston is declined. But then the pass interference
will be accepted for an automatic first down.
The pass interference is accepted, so that's 15 yards. And the Charleston sideline not happy with the call. I think it's because the official nearest to where now another flag is thrown late. And there's going to be a talk with the coaches on the Charleston sideline. And I think what they're upset about is there was an official that was closer to that play on the sideline that did not throw a flag, but the official closer to the middle of the field threw the flag on the pass interference. Well, we thought this might be a fast-paced game with how Charleston likes to run the football, but I think we were wrong here. This has been kind of slowed down with some flags in this one. So it was a sideline warning and no flag. And the Toppers will restart this drive, 1st and 10 from the 18. The quarterback, Tarangan and Patterson, still in the literal shadows of their own field goal posts, but a couple more yards and they won't be. And now a timeout will be taken by West Liberty. And we will take the break with them. We will be right back for more on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays?
That's incredible.
And several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
From the long-lasting and reliable heating and cooling systems we send out the door, to the friendly and knowledgeable dealers who go the extra mile. With a no-hassle replacement limited warranty, you can trust day and night to deliver outstanding service and performance, keeping you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort. To find a day and night dealer, visit dayandnightcomfort.com.
And welcome back. We've got a weather update now with Caden Bednarik. Caden, take it away.
Today's a perfect day for football. The high is 58 degrees and sunny. The high 50s may prove ideal for our players. We have wind from the north-northwest at 5 miles per hour, and there looks to be no chance of precipitation. Thank you. I'm Caden Bednarik.
Thank you, Caden. A little hook and ladder, I believe. Hunter Patterson. Is that what I saw?
Yes, that was exactly what you saw.
Unbelievable. I'm pretty certain that was Josh Rice on the initial part of that hook and ladder, and Hunter Patterson. Oh, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds long before that big gain, so it will be a first, but not quite as much yardage as we thought it was going to be.
It's still a smart play by Rice to toss it to Patterson, just to be able to look up and see your running back right beside you.
Patterson fights through the line of scrimmage, gets a gain of about 5. And it looks like Patterson has more than willingly accepted the challenge against Shavon Wright.
And Willie Fuller on stop for UC. Second out.
So 2nd and 5. Patterson will have to come out for a breather. Tylen McGee, the freshman, in at tailback. McGee makes a nice little move at the line of scrimmage to make a man miss, but is just a couple of yards shy of the first down, so it'll be 3rd and 2. The Toppers will keep the same personnel. Back to the line of scrimmage quickly. Tarangan takes a second, tries the hard count, it didn't work. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Looking left side, fires this one deep down. Ben Turner has to wait for it, incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and short. That one goes a little bit sooner. And Ben Turner might still be running.
This could just be me, Todd, from what I saw. I personally think that instead of the hard count, yes, it was a good thing to go to, but you could see that Charleston's defense was not set at all. They were confused. They were moving around. Take advantage of that. You know, the ball should have been snapped. It should have, a play should have been ran. Maybe caught, the linebackers off guard or the defensive backs just kind of sleeping. But unfortunately, not able to take advantage of that. They've kept Turner very quiet in this game, one of the main targets for West Liberty. So the defense for Charleston is doing a great job, even though there was a little bit of confusion right there, some penalties off and on. But they're doing a great job. West Liberty's offense is also doing good. They're moving the ball, unfortunately not being able to execute on 3rd downs, but there's still a lot of time left in this ballgame.
Bet there is the Toppers punt landed at about the 30. That's where it was down. It'll be 70 yards to the goal line for Charleston, as now there is a official timeout. We'll take the break as well. 9:08 left in the second quarter. We'll be right back for more on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
Hey guys, my name's Todd Cover. I'm President and CEO of Belmont Savings Bank. People ask me all the time what makes Belmont Savings different. Here's a few examples. We are 100% focused on our customers. We have the best checking accounts around. All decisions are made here locally, and the money stays here in your local community. So follow us on social media to find out what we're doing in your community. I encourage you to visit our website or come check us out in person. How may we help you today?
Like Danny, huh?
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training.
Go, Daddy.
Or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium. Charleston leads this one 14-0 with 9:08 left in the WVU Medicine second quarter. So far, in the first down category, Charleston with 11, West Liberty with 7. The rushing yards, Charleston with 92, West Liberty with 85. It's been a pretty good battle between Wright and Patterson so far. This time it's Wright up the middle, makes a couple men miss, and all DJ Johnson could do was just hang on and take him down to the 50 and maybe try to rip that football out.
Todd, I'm glad I didn't say what I was getting ready to say, which was that the defense has kind of kept Wright quiet, and then he bursted off with that run, so it's still a good job by Wright finding the holes and using his acceleration.
There it is again. A little cut here and there. Finally, Trent Crawford from behind makes him fumble, but they're going to say he was down before that football came out. There's the official call. The knee was down before. Wright once again, but stopped up after a gain of about 3. Second down and long coming up.
Again, made by Grant Thompson, Jackson City. Second down.
Flag is thrown. Wright with the carry once again. He's going to get enough for the first down, but let's see what the flag is. Crawford again, the man on the tackle for the Toppers.
Offside, defense, number 26, going to line, well played, first down.
They decline the penalty on the Toppers. Again, that's the maybe third or fourth time we've seen that so far today, called on West Liberty. So the ball will be at the 19-yard line, 1st and 10 for Charleston, trying to get their third touchdown of the game. Wright gets the handoff, finds some room right side, finally brought down by a trio of Topper tacklers. Chris Harm, Vincenti, and Elijah Morris-Smith.
Right. Followed by Zachary Green and Elijah Morris-Smith.
Clock continues to roll here in the second. Down to about 6.5 minutes left to play. Wright takes the handoff again on the right side. Elijah Morris-Smith gets the first hits on the thighs of Wright, able to take him down, but not before he gets a good gain of about 6. I take that back. Get a gain of about 4. Gonna bring up 3rd down and 3. See if the Topper defense can hold here. Right up the middle. And is stopped, but is it? It's going to be very close to that first down marker. If it's 4th down, it's going to be very 4th and short. And Charleston will go for it. They bring an extra lineman in. Fourth and 1 from the 5. Charleston in shotgun. Play action. Pass is going to be caught. Does he have enough? It looks like he will. And it will be a first down for Charleston. 1st and goal. From the 3. Just under 5 minutes remaining in the opening half. Wildcat formation. Right set up to receive the snap. Hands this one off into the end zone for the touchdown. Charleston once again. Nico Koski, the 5'10", 230-pound graduate fullback, into the end zone. Or they got him listed as a tight end as well. But he makes it 20-0 in favor of the Golden Eagles. Paxton on for the extra point. The kick is good. 21-0. Charleston leads. 4:32 left to play in this opening half. We will take a break and be right back for more on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network. Welcome back to West Family Stadium. Charleston enjoying a 21-0 lead with 4.5 minutes left to play in this first half. Josh Vigney will be back to return for the Toppers. Paxton on to kick for Charleston, and we saw them, Charleston and the Wildcat with Wright lined up at quarterback. He hands it off to Kowski, and Charleston picks up their third touchdown of the ball game. Got some time taken off the clock as well, which is what we expected. And things may not be going perfectly to Charleston's game plan, but they're going well enough. Deep kick for Paxton. Vigney will be the man to return this from the 5. Up to the 20, gets some blocking. Brought down at about the 23. So now West Liberty's offense back out on the field. It will be Turangan at quarterback. Hunter Patterson and Tylen McGee both out there in the backfield. Hurst, Turner, and Balgo will be your other receivers. Play action. Turangan looking downfield. Fires this one. Hurst. It's going to be caught. And out of bounds at about the 43-yard line. A good gain for the Toppers as they start this drive right.
Good read by Turangan there. He saw his receiver, Hurst, right there on the side corner and just split the two defenders and was able to place it perfectly right in between them. A great ball, great placement, great play.
See if he can keep that going the rest of this half. Toppers stick with the same formation. Play action, no. Patterson's going to keep this one. Tries to go off the right edge. Does. Gets a gain of about 8. We'll call it 2nd down and 2 coming up as the Toppers are in the 4-minute drill now.
And James Preston, a sophomore, who's safe. Ball Charleston 49. 2nd and 2.
Pistol formation now. Patterson takes the handoff. He gets enough for the first down as the Toppers move the sticks. Are now into Charleston territory as they try to repay the favor and get one of these touchdowns back on the board. Rice comes back out on the field as Patterson catches a breather. Tylen McGee still in the backfield with Turangan. Turangan's going to keep it himself. Almost goes down. Tries to fight and barely gets past the line of scrimmage. They'll give him no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
Caleb Powell on the 44 on the stop for UC. Along with 86 Schleifer.
Balgo goes in motion. Turangan play action. Fires this one deep down the seam, but too far ahead of Ben Turner. That'll bring up the 3rd down and 10. The Toppers just missing on a few of those so far.
Well, it looked as though there was a lot of jersey grabbing And Turner was kind of struggling to get away from it because it looked like he was basically being held the entire time. I'm really surprised there was no call on that one. But I guess the side judge didn't see anything. So, I mean, if there's no call, then, you know, there's nothing.
3rd and 10, Tarangan looking down the right side. Fires this one, going to be incomplete. Was right at the sticks, intended for Rice. But a good defensive play there in the Charleston defensive backfield. It'll bring up 4th and 10 with about 2 minutes left in the first half. And it looks like Charleston took about every down lineman they had off the field. We'll see if anybody gets down in a 3-point stance here for Charleston. And no one will. 4th and 10 at midfield. Tarangan feels the pressure, fires it left side. Hurst makes the catch at the 20, and he's down at the 15-yard line. The Toppers come through.
It looked as though Heron for Charleston, number 14, had Hurst pretty much covered. Hurst, a tremendous job adjusting his body, doing exactly what a good, well-rounded receiver does. Got in the position where he needed it, caught it, was able to hold on to it as he hit the ground. Great placement from Tarangan as well. I mean, it was a little underthrown, but just enough for the defender who was in front of Hurst to not be able to come back and pick that off.
Yeah, this is a big moment for the Toppers, trying to get a score before halftime. We'll take a quick 30-second break and be right back after the 2-minute warning here at halftime, or here before halftime on Topper Station.
From humble beginnings in 1837, West Liberty University has been home to thousands of students. Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. This is a place where you will discover who you are and where you belong, surrounded by lifelong friends and a supportive faculty and staff. Start your journey home at westliberty.edu.
My name is Ron Sismondo. I'm an orthopedic sports medicine surgeon at WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital. So my goal is to never try to take you out of whatever you want to do. I'm not there to pull them off the field. Like, I'm not there to tell you, like, you can't go golfing or you can't do what you love doing, what you enjoy doing. My goal is to make sure that you're able to continue to do it and do it as best as you possibly can. You want to be out there. That's something that's important to you. That's part of your life.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium. Wildcat package with Hunter Patterson taking that snap, but maybe a gain of 1, not a ton of room.
And Schweitz is going to stop number 6 for UC.
Toppers get their personnel figured out. Patterson goes to the slot. Tarangan looking left side, fires it to the corner. Nobody's there. Incomplete. On 2nd down at 9, it goes to 3rd and 9. Toppers again looking for their first points of this ball game. "66 seconds remain in the opening half. Tarangan looking down the middle of the field. Screen pass for Hunter Patterson. Fumbles the football, but picked up at about the 26. Can anybody for the Toppers make a tackle here? And finally they do. I'm thinking this is going to be flashbacks to Super Bowl 43. But Charleston's defense at least does not score on the return of the fumble. Now there's an injured topper on the field. It looks like Josh Rice is the man injured for the Toppers. As Charleston got a big return all the way to the opposite 30-yard line. And they are now in scoring territory once again with 51 seconds remaining in the half. And hopefully everything is all right with Josh Rice down there, and looks like he's getting up now. Topper defense once again back out on there, awaiting the Golden Eagle offense. Shavon Wright, and what a day he has had today. That's what we were kind of expecting coming in with the top rusher in the conference and the top team in the conference. Hamrick with Wright to his left. Hands this one off. Olin Shimp going to be credited with the tackle for no gain on the play. As the clock will roll, both teams have 2 timeouts remaining in this final 35 seconds of the half. Hamrick looking left side, fires this one to the sideline, a little bit too far, but off the hands of Bozeman's. And pass goes incomplete. It will be 3rd down and 10.
Number 6, Bozeman, was the number 2, 3rd and 10.
Hamrick looking left side once again, comes back to the middle of the field, now the right side. Finds Wright being covered by the Toppers and nowhere to go. Finally brought down as he did spin around. As Chris Harm was the first one there for the Toppers, couldn't quite make the tackle and had to chase right around a little bit.
Well, the secondary of this Topper defense, they did a good job basically staying with the hips of their receivers, but the offensive line of Charleston just did not allow any defenders from West Liberty to get into the backfield. I mean, Hamrick had forever. I mean, he could have probably went and got a hot dog, Todd, and came back as much time as he had in there. And Wright, just smart thinking on his part just to escape the block and just go out as a receiver, and Hamrick was able to dump it off to him to get the first down.
Believe it.
Well, maybe not. My apologies. I thought they got the first down.
Well, at first I thought they were calling the timeout for the measurement. But no, it was Charleston calling the timeout. They'll have 1 left. West Liberty still has 2, but there's 9 seconds remaining. So Charleston could run another play and then line up for the field goal, but it looks like they're just going to go for the field goal now.
Probably a smart choice just to get the points before halftime.
They're having some issues with the chains and the first down markers. I think they got a little wrapped up with Shavon Wright earlier a few plays ago. I believe it was Wright, or was it somebody else?
I was thinking it was James Williams,
okay.
Number 17, I think is who it was. But whoever it was, they pin it really bad. That thing is bent, and that poor man over there with the down marker is struggling to get it back together.
So Paxton on to attempt a 39-yard field goal with 9 seconds left in the half. Now a timeout will be taken by the Toppers. Ice the kicker, they say. There's not a ton of wind if you take a look at the flagpoles right behind the field goal posts. Not a ridiculous amount of wind. Some, though. And this has got to be pretty different than kicking at Laidley Field down in the valley than being up on top of the hill.
I will say, living in Charleston, being from that area, the wind down there does not compare to up here, so it definitely plays a factor for sure.
So now the team's back out on the field after the timeout. Seeing if icing the kicker has worked at all. We've got the window open here in the booth, and I think it's the coldest it's been all season long. This is the coldest game so far. And it's not necessarily that cold either.
No.
Paxton from 39. Snap, the hold, the kick is good. Paxton with just almost a 40-yard field goal makes it 24-0 with 5 seconds remaining in the WVU Medicine second quarter. Again, don't forget Charleston won the toss to start this game, and they deferred the kick, so they will get the second half kickoff return as well. So strategy-wise, it's working out for Charleston pretty well. We'll see if these moments, you kind of assume a little pooch kick or a squib kick don't give West Liberty an opportunity to get a good return and try to get some time off the clock and maybe the rest of these 5 seconds of the first half done in just this kick. So Paxton will be out there, the man with the long 39-yard field goal. There will be a squib kick. Toppers are just letting this one go. It's still loose. Charleston may have fallen on top of this one. They have. It is Charleston football at the 19-yard line. And once again, it will be Paxton out there for a last-second field goal. He just hit one. Let's give him another try. This one, again, will be a 39-yard field goal try. People that they're at home looking at the stat line, they're going to think something's messed up.
I promise you, this is not a glitch. This is just a second kick attempt. And I'm sure Levi Paxton is just having himself there's all sorts of fun out there because normally a kicker doesn't stay out there on the field for this long.
Field goal, recovered kick, another field goal, all 3 in a row. Loving every second of this. And Charleston calls their final timeout. And we'll see if we have a repeat of last time and see if the Toppers try to ice the kicker with a timeout of their own as the two teams get back out onto the field. So we've seen special teams be something the Toppers had as a strength at certain parts of this year, and right now, after that last kick return, something that's hurting them. So Paxton for the 39-yard attempt with 2 seconds left. Can he get this one as well? No good. He does not. The Toppers got some pressure on that one too. So it stays 24-0 as we head into halftime. The Golden Eagles have an undefeated season right now, looking to stay undefeated. There are 2 games in the season left for both of these teams, but if Charleston is able to win today, they clinch the Mountain East Conference Championship. They are 2 quarters away from getting that distinction pretty early in the season. So we will take a quick break. We will have an interview with the Mountain East Conference Commissioner Reed Amos coming up here in just a little bit. Again, the score right now, Charleston leading at 24-0 over West Liberty as we head into halftime here at West Family Stadium. We'll be right back on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
My name is Mike Scheel, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon with WVU Medicine at Reynolds Memorial Hospital. So we have a unique opportunity here at Reynolds to work with the ROSA surgical robot. The results have been amazing. We can really predict what your alignment is going to be, what your tracking is going to be, what your range of motion is going to look like before we ever cut you. The results for patients have been outstanding.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays?
That's incredible.
And several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
From the long-lasting and reliable heating and cooling systems we send out the door, to the friendly and knowledgeable dealers who go the extra mile. With a no-hassle replacement limited warranty, you can trust day and night to deliver outstanding service and performance, keeping you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort. To find a day and night dealer, visit dayandnightcomfort.com.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium for the halftime show presented by the Day and Night Heating and Cooling. We have the West Liberty University Marching Band.
Ladies and gentlemen, now taking the field for your halftime entertainment. The pride of the Hilltop, the West Liberty University Marching Hilltoppers, sponsored by Night and Day Heating and Cooling Products. Led by drum major Ray Yates, the Marching Hilltoppers are excited to present their 2024 show, Shatters, performing their mashup of Last Resort by Papa Roach and Linkin Park's Numb. Here are your 2024 Marching Hilltoppers. Hilltoppers will feature the Marching Hilltopper Auxiliary. Sit back, relax, and enjoy Even Senses Bring Your Life and Green Day's Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Ladies and gentlemen, before the Marching Hilltoppers close out their performance, I invite you to stay after the their fifth quarter performance in the stands. Featuring seniors Natalie Burke and Sierra Sullivan, the Marching Hilltoppers will close out today's show by performing Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance. The Marching Hilltoppers running under the director of Band Director Albert Christian. Additional staff include Color Guard Instructor Sir Fabian Harris, and Joint Designer, Mr. Arrangement, Mr. Gary Backman. Representing the diverse student body population, Marching Hilltoppers can be seen at every West Liberty home football game, as well as a variety of other university and area community events throughout the year. The members and staff of Marching Hilltoppers would like to take a moment and thank all donors and area businesses who also
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low. And they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community, the health plan. Here for you.
Where are you going? The store in West Liberty. The store is open 7 days a week with daily lunch specials, hot food and cold sandwiches, Patsy's Pizza, and a wide selection of chips, pop, and other snacks, as well as household goods and hygiene products. We've also got a wide selection of beer and an ATM. Stop on in and check out the store, located at the top of the hill in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics.
From humble beginnings in 1837, West Liberty University has been home to thousands of students. Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. This is a place where you will discover who you are and where you belong, surrounded by lifelong friends and a supportive faculty and staff. Start your journey home at westliberty.edu.
What are you working for? Do you want to pursue your athletic potential while earning a degree that will benefit you for a lifetime? Do you want to play at the highest level in your sport? Do you want to be a champion? That's what the proud members of the Mountain East Conference are advancing toward every day. Providing opportunities and pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
And welcome back. We're still in the day and night cooling and heating halftime show. We are here with the Mountain East Conference Commissioner, Reed Amos, also former broadcaster here at West Liberty University. So 10 years ago or so, give or take a year here and there, Reed and I were in the booth.
Couple more.
Just a couple, yeah. Just for a game or two per season when Coach Allen would have to go do his women's basketball duties. But, boy, 10 years ago, if you would have predicted this was where we would both be, you as the commish for the entire
this is year
time,
12 now.
Yeah, the Mountain East has been around. You've been the commish. A lot of things have happened in those 12 years, and hopefully a good bit more happens as time moves on. But we've got some good things going, especially here today at West Liberty. We've got one of the best teams in the country playing football today.
No question.
And Charleston, they're showing it a 24-0 lead here at halftime. But a lot of good things happening with football so far in the MEC.
Yeah, no question. And I would say across many of our 23 sports in the Mountain East Conference, it has been a tremendously enjoyable opportunity for me over the last dozen years to represent our institutions, not just collectively but individually as well over time, and to play a role along with my staff in supporting our institutions and getting the opportunity to see them have the level of success that they have had. in NCAA Division II over the last 12 years has just been tremendous. If you would have told me, speaking of what you're saying, could you have predicted where we would be 12 years from now? Most of our schools were in the old West Virginia Conference for just short of 20 years. 1 national championship appearance, a loss, and 0 national titles. And 12 years later, our institutions, and I like to say, nobody's deficit spending to win a football game in Division II's Mountain East Conference. We have to operate in a very financially responsible way and contribute to the overall financial health of our Division II institutions, smaller enrollment schools. That doesn't mean that those that have greater resources are destined to be better than you or teams that you can't beat. And I think we've over the years proven that. 6 national championships, 2 in men's soccer, 2 in wrestling, just down the road, Wheeling winning a women's volleyball national title, and Glenville State, of course, winning a women's basketball national championship in 2022, and all of the national finalists, how good we've been in men's basketball. West Liberty in the national championship game twice. Fairmont State has been there once. To see our schools show what's possible, even though we're consistently in the bottom quartile in the country in how we fund our programs, doesn't mean we can't compete at a regional and national level. We've got great people in this league who are really good at doing more with what they have.
And it's also been great to see how this conference has added sports over the years, and maybe sports that folks at home aren't necessarily used to or familiar with, acro and tumbling being one of them.
Yeah.
When acro and tumbling was added a handful of years ago, the Mountain East Conference had the most schools involved with that one sport than any other conference in the country, and quickly became some of the top teams in all of acro in the country. So it was good to see how quickly, not only can we bring new sports on, but they quickly adapt and quickly succeed.
No, acrobatics and tumbling, we were the first conference to have a conference championship in the sport. Any sport requires 6 institutions having the sport to be considered an NCAA championship. Shortly after, we were already adhering to that when it became an emerging sport at the NCAA. So we were definitely on the front end of that growth, which has provided new opportunities for women. And over time, we have grown to where we have 23 total sports in the league, 11 men's sports, 12 women's sports. And so we're providing plenty of opportunity, which goes right to our mantra, providing opportunities and pursuing excellence. And I think we've done a very good job at doing both. As when the league started, we had 16 sports in the conference, and now we've grown to 23, and that's just many more opportunities for students to potentially choose to combine their athletics pursuits with a college education. And often that's the difference in the choice that they make versus, say, going to an Ohio State or going to a WVU or going to a Pitt. The opportunity to continue their athletic careers, if they're not chosen by a Division I institution, to have the chance to compete in Division II.
Well, it's going to be fun to see how this year goes. The fall sports are just about to end, most of them. The winter sports are coming in. There's a new winter sport here at West Liberty for women's wrestling. It'll be fun to see how that goes with maybe some other teams in the conference pick it up eventually. We'll see if that becomes another sport.
24 is on the way, I think.
Good. This is going to be fun to see. Again, some of these fall sports are ending. We had the cross-country MEC championships not long ago. Volleyball is going really well. We've got a lot of good teams in volleyball in the MEC. Football is getting there too, but then the winter sports are coming up. Men's and women's basketball, these are some big, we've got some high-profile, nationally prominent teams in both of those sports.
Yeah, no question about it. In Division II, you've got Charleston, which had made a run to a regional championship game and finished one possession short of making it to the Elite Eight. West Liberty is pick number 1 this season, and as we noted earlier, 2 trips to a national championship game, consistently a national power. You throw in Fairmont State, which is consistently a strong program in NCAA Division II and in the region, and if you stop there, then you're leaving out a West Virginia State. They're pretty darn good, and they've made it to the national tournament on a number of occasions. Last year we had 4, so we had 4 teams in the NCAA tournament last year, and Fairmont wasn't one of them. And we all know the history that they have and how strong their program has been. This league is really, really good in men's basketball, and let's talk about women's basketball for a moment too. How about the stories that people that have come through this conference have authored over recent years? Let's just go back 6 years ago. If you would have told me that Joe Mazzulla, who coached Fairmont State the first year the basketball tournament was at West Banco Arena, and then 5 years later he'd be the head coach of the Boston Celtics holding up the NBA championship trophy. And within a couple of months of that, Kim Caldwell would be announced as the head coach of the University of Tennessee, the most storied women's basketball program in history. The Mountain East Conference is a place where these dreams started for these coaches. Their first opportunity to be head coaches were in the MEC. Kim at Glenville and Joe Mazzulla at Fairmont State after being an assistant at Glenville State, right? And we've seen Jared Calhoun move on to where he had success at Youngstown State, won a conference championship. He's now the head coach at Utah State. There have been tremendous coaches that have come through this league. Jim Crutchfield winning a Division II national championship at Nova Southeastern. He laid the foundation here, and Ben Howlett has done a tremendous job of continuing to move it forward. So men's and women's basketball is quite the tradition in the Mountain East Conference, and so I've been so proud to watch what has happened in our basketballs in the MEC, as we've had some tremendously talented people lead these programs. But it's not just about the coaches. We've had some special Division II basketball players come through the league, and Haywood Highsmith is, he just recently signed a contract, and his career is continuing in the NBA as an integral part of the Miami Heat. So, again, I'll state that I think our conference has done well among our members with that mantra, providing opportunities and pursuing excellence. We've certainly had so many people do that extraordinarily well.
And we've seen some individuals in football as well, some Charleston defensive end who we went from the
John
Falcons
Kaminsky.
now I believe is still with the Lions.
Yeah, he's with the Falcons.
Falcons, okay.
No, I'm sorry. I got that backwards. He's with the Lions.
Okay.
And then another Division II player is with the Falcons. Yeah, so Kaminsky's done well there. Jaleel McLaughlin played at Notre Dame College. He's seeing quite a bit of time with the Denver Broncos. So, it's been a lot of fun, and so it's fun to see those people having success at the highest levels of professional sports. But at the same time, we are equally proud of the fact that we have 10 Elite 90 winners. So Elite 90 winners, you've got to get to the final site in an NCAA sport, and then an individual has to have the highest grade point average to then win that award. 10 times we've had somebody win the Elite 90 award, and our student athletes across all of our sports, across all of our institutions, graduate at a higher rate than the general population does on any one of those campuses. So, so many good things have occurred over time, Todd.
Well, I was going to ask you if you wanted to take a little bit of a trip back in time, feel a little nostalgic, if you wanted to take over the play-by-play for a little bit.
I tell you what, that whenever the 12-year hiatus from calling play-by-play comes to an end, that will be that's going to be an event, particularly for me. I'm completely unprepared for that 12-year period to come to an end at the moment. So I do appreciate the offer.
You can just wing it a little bit as Chris Harm and
not my style.
Some fellow toppers, Mason Gates in on the tackle there. Well, Reed, I really thoroughly appreciate you taking time out to be with us here during halftime and speaking with us. It's great to get back together again. It's been a decade or so since we got to work together, but it's always great having you come back into the booth. It kind of feels normal. This is how it started. This is how it should go, and hopefully for the Toppers, things can get better today. But again, Charleston looking like the top team in the conference for a reason.
Yeah, they're outstanding, and last year came also close to advancing to the national semifinals and having an opportunity to play on ESPNU. What a game with Kutztown. Kutztown came from behind in the final moments, and I can see this Charleston team being a team that could potentially make a run like that in the postseason again. They are very, very talented. Siobhan Wright is outstanding. So we'll see what their postseason hopes look like, as they still have work to do here, of course, but they would clinch at a minimum a share of the Mountain East Conference Championship with a win today.
And it's always fun to see a good, well-coached football team that is able to run their bread and butter stuff, even though you know the other team's really trying to game plan against it and do everything they can, it just doesn't work. They're too good at what they're good at, and they continue to do it extremely well.
Yeah, Coach Sanders has done an outstanding job now in his second year as the head coach at UC. They have built a very, very strong program. They had always been an upper-tier team in the Mountain East Conference over the last 12 years, but they've gone to an entirely new level in these last 2 years under Coach Sanders.
And a good run there, as now Golden Eagles are at midfield here at West Family Stadium. And we'll keep you on here if you want to stay until we go to that first break. Maybe there'll be a break and play here.
Sure. Be happy to stay with you for a little while longer. I love talking about the Mountain East Conference. So now I will admit to you that it took me a while to get to the point that I was used to answering the questions as opposed to asking them. That was a difficult transition for me at the point that I became commissioner. But I consistently would spend time thinking about, well, what question would I ask? I was trained to do that. So, but I've finally gotten used to answering the question. So I'd be happy to sit around and talk a little more about the MEC with you.
Absolutely. One of the things I look forward to coming up in the winter sports, the fact that women's wrestling is starting here at West Liberty, but also men's wrestling. Coach Irwin has done a great job since he came to the Hilltop a handful of years ago. Just seems to continually get better. I know for him, he's had some individual national champions, but I think he wants that team one pretty badly. As the rollout here for Hamrick, incomplete. Bring up 3rd down and 12.
That is no small challenge. There are some outstanding men's wrestling programs in NCAA Division II. There had been precedent, as noted, Notre Dame College won a couple of national championships in Division II wrestling, and I think it is outstanding to see our top wrestling programs continuing to aspire to that. Since the point that we started that sport 5 or 6 years ago approximately, we've seen a number of programs continue to get better and grow, and the number of individual national championships has continued to increase.
Just off the mark there for Hamrick, but a roughing the passer call coming up on Zach Vincenti, and that will give the automatic first down, so it should have been 4th and long. Turns into a continued drive for the Golden Eagles.
First and 5, roughing the passer, defense number 5. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
You know, Todd, I'm going to jump in here. I think that something that we often don't get the opportunity to properly highlight is the quality of our officiating programs in the Mountain East Conference. Since our inception, and a long-standing relationship that I'd had with Gene Sterator, who now is so well known as an analyst on CBS, formerly Super Bowl official, spent more than a decade as a crew chief in the NFL. We've been so fortunate to have him as our supervisor of football officials. He also oversees the President's Athletic Conference and recently took on the Great Midwest Athletic Conference as well.
Good carry there for Wright. Going to be close to a first down. They'll mark him a few yards shy.
So what many may not realize, if they don't continue to follow the Division II postseason, say after their team doesn't continue into the postseason, or if they're not following our Mountain East Conference teams, is over the last 4 years, Gene Sterator's officiating crews that represent the Mountain East Conference have had 2 national semifinals and a national championship over the last 4 years. We truly, right along with the MIAA, are considered to be among the top conferences in college football officiating in Division II.
Well, hopefully that continues for the MEC, and great play there by Elijah Morris-Smith in his final home game of his Topper career. Makes a big stop on 2nd down. Maybe even been a loss of a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 4. Hamrick with trips to the top of the screen. Right to his left. I've said that quite a few times in this game. It's kind of fun. Right rolling out to the right. Takes a nice little bubble screen, I guess you could say, a little swing pass, but it's enough for the first down and a few more yards. And Charleston still on the move.
Looked to me like he took a little stutter step when he caught that ball, and I wonder whether or not there was an option in on that play for him to throw it if somebody was open down the field. So a lateral, so a rush there credited in the box score.
Might be something they save for the postseason. We'll see, as they got a couple games left after this one, but again, they can clinch, like Commissioner Reed Amos said, at least a share of the Mountain East Conference Championship today with a win that would put them at 9-0 overall on the season. Now a little dust up here. Trent Crawford and one of the linemen for Charleston. We'll see what the call is. Crawford also playing his final home game as a Topper. We've seen a little bit of back and forth today. Again, it's the end of the season. You got a team that's gearing up for a postseason run, undefeated right there. They're feeling.
After play is over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 41 on defense. Pass it into the goal. First down. Is number 41 first. Unsportsmanlike foul.
It'll be Crawford's first, so give it a half the distance to the goal penalty, and in Crawford's final game here at West Family Stadium, as he's a senior. But team that's undefeated, looking for a postseason run, a team that's struggled this year, just 2 wins so far, and emotions are kind of running high as we're into the second quarter of what could turn into a bit of a rough one. It's 24-0 already, and Charleston looking to add another score. Hamrick hands this one off for Wright. Somehow gets away from the tackle, still on his feet. Nice little jump cut. Gets a block from the quarterback. He's at the goal line. They're going to say he's down at the 1. Highlight reel material on that run.
Breaking news, he's good.
He is very good. And you can see the size of his legs. He's got some power to him. But then you see the jump cuts, the ability to spin. That's quite the combination to have to deal with at any level, but at Division II, teams are going to have their hands full with him. Wildcat, Hamrick split out left. Flag thrown. Wright did get into the end zone. We'll see if this one is on the Toppers or the Golden Eagles. And it looks like encroachment on the Toppers for multiple times so far in this game, but that one is declined. Charleston takes the touchdown. And is there another flag, or is that the one from before? So we've got another one on the field. We'll see what this one is from the White Hat. We've had quite a few conference calls here for the Hilltop Acres officiating crew. We get the explanation from the head official.
It was over. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 11 on the defense. The penalty will be forced on ensuing kickoff. Flag the point.
So they'll assess the 15-yard penalty on the kickoff. And for Charleston, Levi Paxton has gotten quite a workout today. At the end of the first half, they got the field goal to take a 24-0 lead. And then on the kickoff, just kind of pooched it, and somehow that ball just bounced around, and Charleston was able to fall on top of it. Ended up with another 39, exactly the same as before, 39-yard attempt. But fortunately for the Toppers, that one did not go through right before the end of the half, and here he is again. And it looks like we've finally got things situated for the extra point attempt to see if they can make this a 31-0 ball game. low snap, but the hold is good. The kick is as well, so Charleston takes a 31-0 lead here with 9:18 left in the Main Street Bank third quarter. And there's a flag late on the extra point. It is flags galore right now. We will sort this out when we return. We'll see what happens here. It looks like the officials are going to have to talk this one out here, so we will take a quick break and be right back for more on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
For over 4 decades, the health plan is called West Virginia Home. It all started with a vision to serve our community with pride and integrity. We've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming part of its fabric. We've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Because at the health plan, we don't just work here, we live here. Proudly serving West Virginia since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community, the health plan. Here for you.
West Virginia's largest restoration company is now in the heart of the Mountain State. With a location in Charleston, joining our branches in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, we'll be there to help when you need it most. Our expert team and state-of-the-art equipment is ready to serve the Kanawha Valley 24 hours a day. From water damage to fire restoration, when disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Mountaineers call. Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
And welcome back to West Family Stadium. We got some things to sort out on the field, but we're going to say a big thank you and farewell for now to the Commissioner of the Mountain East Conference, Reed Amos. Thank you for spending time with us at halftime and into the third quarter. It was fun getting back together and working together again.
Yeah, great to see you. Great to catch up with you. Had a beautiful day here for it this afternoon as Charleston certainly has impressed thus far this afternoon. They're continuing to prove to be the best team in our league this football season, but there's a lot of excitement still to come throughout the season. We look forward to seeing you through the winter months as well. And quickly before I go, a couple of notes that I'd like to touch on. We are so thrilled to have the health plan as our primary corporate partner, and I'd be remiss if I didn't note how instrumental they are in allowing us to put on a tremendous basketball event in March at West Banco Arena. We just, of course, had our initial foray into basketball for the season with our media day that came up this week with West Liberty's men and Fairmont State's women, the preseason top picks, and we had that media day for the first time at West Banco Arena. We enjoyed being able to be there, where ultimately we'll wind up the Mountain East Conference portion of the season before the NCAA tournament follows. So we hope to see everybody down at West Banco Arena in the opening weeks of March when the basketball tournament rolls around. So it's great to see you, and look forward to seeing you again down the road.
Yep, ditto, same thing. Hopefully we'll see each other before the conference tournament, maybe at a basketball game here or there.
Likely the case. Thanks a lot.
All right, folks at home, that was Reed Amos, the Mountain East Conference Commissioner and former West Liberty broadcaster about a decade or so ago. He was around when I was a student and helped me out a good deal and got me to the point where I'm able to do this now and help out students as well, as Davey McKinney is set to come back in here in the booth with us. And the Toppers were assessed a low block on the extra point as well, so it was, instead of 15 yards worth of penalties, it was 30. So now Charleston, that's why they are kicking off from the 35. And it looks like now they're going to readjust a little bit. It's 31-0 is the score. 9:18 left in the third quarter. And now delays here again. So he picked up the tee and moved the football. So they mark it off 5 yards, back him up, and boy, there's been so much time spent in this game discussing penalties and things of that nature and moving things back. We thought it was going to be a fast one, as Davey and I were talking earlier about this team likes to run the football. We thought might be a fast-paced game, and the clock rolled. They do a little onside kick. Hunter Patterson comes up with it, and another flag is thrown. Now 3 more flags are thrown.
Well, Todd, I guess this is a great reminder for me to do my laundry later this weekend, as much as been on the field here recently.
This has been back and forth, non-stop with the flags. And usually our games start at 1 o'clock. Today they started at 2. They're trying to keep us here all night on a Saturday. Again, the Hilltop Acres officiating crew, they have had a full workload today, without question. And Dave Blair, the head official, wearing the white hats, the referee, and the umpire, Evan Sargo, head linesman, Sean Meigs, line judge, Mark Armstrong, field judge, Dustin Redmond, side judge, Brandon Ballard, and back judge, Matthew Georgigales.
So that's a 5-yard do-over. Yeah. But after that 15, yeah, because that was a dead ball.
Legal formation on the kicking team. Player was beyond the 5-yard limit. That 5 yards will be added on to the end of the run. After play was over, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Receiving team, number 19. After this is the goal, first down.
Okay, so after the return for Hunter Patterson, they add 5 yards to it for West Liberty, then take away 15, and I think we're finally back to sorts. Again, coming into this one, Charleston was ranked number 4 in Super Region 1. They were number 9 in the country in the AFCA poll. And in the D2football.com poll, they're number 12 in the country. So Tarangan takes the snap, play action, tries to get it to Balgo, and I don't think Balgo was expecting that football.
It didn't look like he was ready for it, Todd. It just seemed like Tarangan was trying to just get it out in enough time to not get sacked, and Balgo just basically, as soon as he turned his head around to look at the quarterback, it was on him before he had a chance to even react.
So now it's 2nd and 10. And the Toppers. It looks like they're having some issues on the sideline over there for. It says 3rd on the sideline, but now they're putting the chains down.
I have the scoreboard and I say it's secondary.
Now we're going to take a media timeout. We will take a break. 9:12 left to play in the 3rd. We'll be right back for more on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
My name is Mike Scheel, and I'm an orthopedic surgeon with WVU Medicine at Reynolds Memorial Hospital. So we have a unique opportunity here at Reynolds to work with the ROSA surgical robot. The results have been amazing. We can really predict what your alignment is going to be, what your tracking is going to be, what your range of motion is going to look like before we ever cut you. The results for patients have been outstanding.
What if your bank offered new checking and savings accounts with a very low balance required, online bill pay, and debit cards issued right away?
I would like that.
What if that bank had extended hours every business day and were open on Saturdays?
That's incredible.
And several of their CD accounts have some of the best interest rates.
That's money in the bank, the right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
And welcome back. We're still trying to get some things situated here. We're in a bit of a delay for right now. .9:12 to go in the third quarter. Toppers down 31-0 to one of the top teams in the country, the top team in the Mountain East Conference for sure. And it looks like the chain gang is back and ready to go. So it is now, again, 2nd down and 10 from the 13-yard line.
Like right after that last play? Yes. Yeah, they threw it out. Ronnie Pickens is still down there. He keeps the markings.
Not sure, something happened with the chain gang earlier, and we got some new people to run it now. And now both teams were just waiting for the officials. And we're back.
That's nuts.
Never seen that before in my life.
It is definitely new for me too, Todd. I was interesting, to say the least.
So finally we can get things started again.
By the way, it's 2nd down.
Flea flicker here, Taranging down the right side. Pass is going to be almost caught. What a defensive play. Josh Rice had that one, but swatted out of his hands from the backside by Jaden Harris, a redshirt senior defensive back from Atlanta, Georgia.
And Harris, a great job just poking his hand in there to knock the ball out of Rice's reach. That's exactly what you want to do as a defensive back right there.
So it is now 3rd and 10 from the 13. Toppers go with a bunch, trips formation to the top of the screen. Tarangan's looking left side, bobbles this one, throws it out. Will Balgo catches it right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to get a few yards fighting, kicking, and scratching. But it's not going to be enough for the first down. The Toppers will have to punt.
Will Balgo on the reception. 4th down. DJ Johnson on the punt.
Johnson on to kick for the Toppers. Back to return. Thomas Ashworth. Caught right at about the 50-yard line for the fair catch. And that's where Charleston will start 1st and 10. Now a late flag again. And it looks like this one will go against Chris Harm on the Topper special teams play.
It's a female. I thought it was a woman. I thought I saw one. Yeah. I looked up and saw one.
So add on 15 yards. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line.
1st and 10 from the 36.
We got a while to go here.
handoff. Left side. Good gain there. As it is Jadis Williams, a 5'9", 185-pound junior tailback, in for Shavon Wright. Handoff again, this time going to be brought down quickly for the Topper defense. Big tackle there.
James Davis, stop made by West Liberty, number 56, Kadarius Frazier.
That was Kadarius Frazier, a 6'1" freshman from Hollywood, Florida.
Third down here.
So it brings up third down and about 8.
30 and 8 on third down.
They got 4 wide, twins to each side. As Hamrick surveys, looking left, fires it. Pass is going to be caught. Did he stay in bounds, though? They're going to say yes. And he is going to barely have the first down. It will be a new set of downs for the Golden Eagles.
Bosman was just able to get his foot just right there at that hash mark to just stay in bounds just long enough to count that as a catch.
Now a flag will be thrown. So mark it off 5 yards for the false start.
And Todd, with that penalty, both teams now have double-digit penalties this game, which is kind of impressive, but also not ideal.
Yeah, not something you want to see for either team, but especially a team that's undefeated and has postseason aspirations, wants to make a run deep into the postseason, things that you can't have. For the Toppers, it's kind of the opposite end of the spectrum. They've had a rough year. Only had 2 wins so far. And I think they're just feeling a season's worth of frustration right now.
Passes between number 84, Luke Hall. DJ Johnson and Mason Gates on the stop. 2nd and 10.
So a man goes in motion. Fake the jet sweep. Hamrick's going to keep this one himself. He gains a couple more yards than I think he expected after the initial contact. It'll be third down and about 7.
No, it's the quarterback. 5.
Trips to the left for Hamrick. Looks left side, fires this one. Pass is going to be caught. It's going to be short of the first down. And now a late flag is thrown.
DJ Johnson, Brandon Key on the stop for West Liberty. There's no foul on the play. It's targeting.
So they pick up the flag, no foul on the play. So it brings up 4th down. And maybe 2. And Shavon Wright is back out onto the field for Charleston. I thought there was maybe a possibility he was done for the day with the score and the personal fouls that were happening. Maybe just get him off the field, but on 4th and short, can he convert? He's trying to push forward. He's going to be very, very close. He might be inches shy. Now they're going to give him the first down.
It's good enough for Charleston first down.
So they move the chains. 1st and 10 from the 15. As the clock in this health plan third quarter
15.
is down to 4:21 left to play. Right play action to the corner of the end zone. Bozeman's intended receiver.
And over the bushes he goes.
Incomplete.
Went over the hedges or ran through them.
And the little acrobats into the hillside over there.
Bozeman's calls incomplete.
So to bring up 2nd down and 10, 4:10 left to play in the third. In a game that, at times it doesn't feel like this is one of those 31-0 ball games in the third quarter. It seems like there are times that it feels like it's a little closer in score just with some of the things that have gone on with flags and this and that. Wright takes the handoff. Marcellus is there to meet him. Maybe a gain of 1, and that's it. So 3rd and 9 coming up. Clock is still rolling. Hemrick gonna roll right. Thought he might just decide to run with it, and he's going to. He will be brought down short of the first down marker. He'll be brought down at about the 11. They do spot him at the 10, so it'll be 4th down. And on for the field goal will be a 28-yarder for Levi Paxton. The kick is blocked. Toppers. Jonas McGraw, the 6'1 freshman, gets his hand on it. And the Toppers take over, turnover on the block kick.
And McGraw has constantly been in that backfield all day long. He's had a great jump on that corner, being able to just run right past the guard or the lineman quicker than he could be able to react. And I've just been waiting for that to happen.
We will take a quick break as well. We'll be right back for the end of the third quarter on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
From the long-lasting and reliable heating and cooling systems we send out the door, to the friendly and knowledgeable dealers who go the extra mile. With a no-hassle replacement limited warranty, you can trust day and night to deliver outstanding service and performance, keeping you a step ahead with advanced technology and exceptional comfort. To find a day and night dealer, visit dayandnightcomfort.com.
Hey guys, my name's Todd Cover. I'm president and CEO of Belmont Savings Bank. People ask me all the time what makes Belmont Savings different. Here's a few examples. We are 100% focused on our customers. We have the best checking accounts around. All the decisions are made here locally, and the money stays here in your local community. So follow us on social media to find out what we're doing in your community. I encourage you to visit our website or come check us out in person. How may we help you today?
And welcome back to West Family Stadium. 2:36 remaining in the health plan third quarter. Charleston leading this one 31-10, but the Topper special teams just blocked the field goal attempt. That's 2 in a row that did not go in the favor of Levi Paxton. Missed one right at the end of the first half, just after making one. And just missed this one here. A little miscommunication there on the handoff. Patterson got popped And the Toppers wanting a flag after all the flags that have been thrown earlier, not going to get one. So a loss of 1. Bring up second down and 11 from the 19. Turner's the man in motion. Tarangan looking right side, fires it. Pass is going to be caught. I believe that is Rice, and it is on the reception. And there were 2 guys there. Him and Patterson could have caught that football.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked that Turner didn't catch that football. And just the awareness he had to just kind of be like, oh, there's a guy behind me. I don't know if he just saw him and if he didn't catch it, then you know Coach Wiley was probably going to just rip him a new one.
And I said the wrong name. It was Turner, not Patterson out there, but they ended up in the same place. Tarangan right side, left side. This time it's going to be picked off at the 40. Return to the 25-20, still on his feet and out of bounds. At about the 15-yard line, Charleston takes over.
They had success with that, Todd, back in the second quarter, throwing it to Hurst on the sideline between the 2 defenders. But that throw from Tarangan, it was underthrown, and the defender was positioned just perfectly to be able to catch that. Luckily, he was able to get shoved out of bounds. If not, this score would have been extended even more.
1:11 left to play here in the third. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line, and that's where Charleston will take over. Shavon right back into the game. Wright gets stacked up at the line of scrimmage, maybe a very short gain. But it'll basically be 2nd and 10.
As powerful as Wright is as a runner, Shemp just basically was holding on to a wild bull. I mean, he was able just to drag him down, did a great job defensively for the linebacker Shemp.
Nolan Shemp was a guy that made his name on special teams last year, just a big-time tackler. Then he got some time defensively as well last season and kind of proved himself, and now he's continued to do that throughout this season as Wright is able to get very close to the first down, maybe a yard or less. And Charleston will just let this clock run out on the third quarter. 31-0, the Golden Eagles lead. 1 quarter remain in the home schedule for the Hilltoppers in 2024. We'll be right back on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
All right, just like that.
They'll probably never know about his thousands of hours of on-the-job training, or that he spent as much time in the classroom as someone with a master's degree. You and I know he's one of the experts when it comes to electricity, part of a team committed to doing the job right. They call him Dad. You call him the electrician right down the street. IBEW, the power professionals in your neighborhood.
Looking for a reason to try the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's? Here's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the price makes 5. That's everything you get with the new $5 meal deal at McDonald's.
Welcome back to West Family Stadium. As As we are about to begin the fourth quarter, Charleston leads this one 31-0, and it's also that time of year for us to start thanking people, as it's our final football broadcast of the year. The Toppers still have 2 more games as they travel to Fairmont State next week and then Wheeling the week after that, but this is the final home game of the year for the Toppers. And the next time you will see us broadcast a game, it'll be basketball season.
Well, actually, that's not completely true. I go to class with Wheeling's commentary, Alex Baker, and he has invited me to do the color commentary kind of as a Wheeling West Liberty mashup kind of thing. So I will be in the booth with him on the 16th when West Liberty takes on Wheeling.
Okay. Now we get a stoppage in play. We've had a lot of these today in this game. Officials coming together and talk, and what we thought was going to be a quick game because of the running style of both of these teams didn't quite turn out that way. Wright trying to force his way to the goal line, still on his feet somehow. Gets down to the 2-yard line, a gain of 4.
Started by Zachary City and Grant Thompson.
We got to thank Teresa Gretchen, our executive producer, director Trent Nicholson, Caden Bednarik, doing sideline reporting all season long. Of course, Davey McKinney, my color commentator, is big hit there by Marcellus on the Wildcat run for Wright.
Marcellus on stop to West Liberty.
Looks like they will line up in the Wildcat again on third and goal from the 3. We've seen Wright already hand one off for a touchdown earlier in this game. He's going to keep it himself. Tries to find the room up the middle. I don't think he made it. He's going to be just shy of the goal line, and it'll be 4th and goal from an inch away.
Now, Charleston, I've mentioned that they like to change things up. They did it against Fairmont State. I don't know if they'll do it now, being up 31-0, but it would not surprise me if, because they, surprisingly, Wright had one pass against Fairmont State. I mean, it went for -3 yards, but it wouldn't look. I wouldn't look past it if he just dropped back like he was going to take the ball himself and just kind of do a Tim Tebow pass over the center.
Well, they did bring Hamrick back into the game, or at least back in at quarterback. Hamrick took the snap and just handed it off for Wright for the touchdown. So it was 37-0, 11:56 to play in the Alpha 4th quarter. They'll try to make it 38 with this extra point. Kick is good. And if you can believe it, folks, a special teams play and no flag for either team. Can't believe it. 38-0 is the score, 11:56 to play in the Alpha 4th quarter. We'll be right back on Topper Station in the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low. And they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Welcome back to West Family Stadium. Toppers trailing 38-0, pretty much at the beginning of this fourth quarter. Presented by the Alpha Tavern. Paxton will just pooch this one. He'll hit it about the 25. And good coverage for Charleston. Austin Durr, well, I believe that's who that was. Maybe Nathan Izajar, number 27, on the return. So just under 12 minutes left in the home schedule for the Toppers in 2024. Tyler McGee in the backfield along with Kakoa Tarangan. Handoff for McGee, makes a few nice little cuts. Finally brought down after a gain of about 5. And again, for us, we're kind of sitting here feeling like it's kind of the last game of the season because it's the last one that we will broadcast. The next 2 games are both on the road to end the season at Fairmont State, then in the final week of the season at Wheeling. And you'll be broadcasting that one for the other side, but hey, you'll give the West Liberty flavor. That's all right. If not, let me know. I can come in and take over their broadcast. We can do that.
All right, I'm fine with that.
But again, final home games for the likes of A.J. Barmer, Elijah Morris Smith, Alex Dunleavy, Zachary Vincenti, Jamar Tate, Delano Marcellus, Kakoa Tarangan, Jordan Demas, Tyler Waddell, Trent Crawford, Elijah Mike, Carson Moore. All their final games at home for the Hilltoppers. So let's try to get a few points on the board. And looks like a delay. A timeout will be called by the Toppers. 10:31 remaining in the Alpha Tavern fourth quarter. The Toppers have struggled mightily today. Not able to get any points on the board so far, and Charleston, again, looking for good reason like one of the top teams in the conference and one of the top 10 to 15 teams in the entire country. So now both teams back out on the field. Tarangan looking right side, fires this ball, going to be caught by Turner. As Turner has had himself a very good year for the Toppers. Turner, coming into this one, was second in the Mountain East Conference in receiving yards per game with 81.3. Was also second in yards per catch with 20.3. Coming into this one, he had 32 receptions on the season. That's tied for 6th in Mountain East Conference play. Tyler McGee gets the handoff here. And stopped up for no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with 10 minutes remaining in the ball game.
And Brees Hoff, number 22, just busted through the line, hit Balgo right in the face, and all Balgo could do was just hold on. And, I mean, that just, he overpowered Balgo to the point of it disrupted the run from the running back, and he had to bounce out, and it just wasn't able to move.
Balgo makes the catch. He gets upended by a couple of Charleston defenders. The first man on the tackle, Noah Benson, 6'1", 185-pound senior defensive back. So 3rd down and 4. As the Toppers at the 45-yard line. Play clock down to 10 for Tarongan. Gets the play call from the sideline. Patterson takes the handoff. Left side, bounces it out. Has some room to the 45 and out of bounds. 1st down into Charleston territory.
Well, it shows that there's not a 72 on the roster for us, but I want to shout out number 72 because that was a heck of a block. He opened up enough room for Patterson to get by, just pancake the guy. Get that man some syrup.
Patterson carried again right up the middle. Gain of about 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5. Patterson looks to be hobbled just a little bit, but he's not coming out. Patterson, left side, and he is brought down by the wrist.
As a first. There's not many tackles that I think I've heard commentary or people that are commentating the game say that they've been brought down by the wrist.
Man on the tackle, Tyree Martin, a 6'5", 285-pound senior defensive end. And the momentum of Patterson was going in one direction anyways. It's kind of how he was brought down, and he was holding him by the wrist, but it wasn't just by the wrist,
Yeah.
so we'll make it a little better. 3rd and 2. 5 on the play clock. Option here, Tarangan going to toss this one out to Patterson. Could have kept it and got the 1st down, but pitched it and got a little bit more. So Patterson picks up the 1st down. But I think he's feeling it a little bit right now. He's kind of banged up. Game clock down to 6.5 minutes left to play. Play clock at 8. Tarongan right side down the sideline. Incomplete. It was, I believe, intended for Rice, but just couldn't quite come up with it. And Tylen McGee back into the ball game as Hunter Patterson has to catch a breather here. He's dealt with an awful lot of bumps and bruises and things of that nature throughout this season. Tarongan's going to hand this one off to Tylen McGee, the freshman. Gets a good gain of about 5. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Number 51, Carlo Johnson on the stop for UC. 3rd down.
And this was the kind of drive I was expecting to see from Charleston for most of the game. 5 to 7 yard chunks every play and taking time off the clock. McGee takes the handoff, has to spin out and go back the opposite direction. Gets a gain of about 3. It'll be 3rd down and 2. Third. Okay, on the scoreboard, we got the chain gang with 4th down on the field, but I'm pretty certain it's 3rd down. It's on the scoreboard as well. Tylen McGee will try to make it a moot point. If he can get the 1st down, it doesn't matter. We will see. And we're going to get a stoppage in play. And it looks like a measurement coming. So it'll either be 1st down or 4th and very short. And it'll be just shy. So what I guess I was mistaken in what I thought was 3rd down is 4th down. And the Topper defense comes back out as West Liberty turns the ball over on downs with just under 5 minutes left to play in this final home game of the 2024 football season. Run up the middle. Try to see who is at quarterback now for Charleston. It looks like Jadis Davis, number 23, is at tailback. And is it R.J. West, it looks like? Okay, number 19, R.J. West at quarterback now for Charleston. It's 2nd down and 10 from the 19. West is going to keep it himself left side, has room, the 1st down and more. Gets himself out of bounds, just shy. Well, I guess he'll be just past the 40-yard line. Spot him at the 41.
And West showing a bright future at the quarterback position for Charleston, just showing how explosive speed-wise he is.
Game clock down to 3:42, 12 on the play clock. 1st and 10 from the 41 for Charleston. They've got the backups in as they're up 38-0. Up the middle, Marcellus able to make the tackle after a gain of 4. Jadis Davis, the man on the carry.
Jadis Davis, 23, ball through for UC, 2nd down.
Again, I want to give a big thanks to all of the students on the broadcast crew that have run cameras, whether they be up top and they've had to deal with the wind and some of the cold, or down on the field having to deal with, again, some of the wind and cold, but also the possibility of getting run over by a player or two. Trent Crawford in on the tackle of that one. A gain of less than 1. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5. And a huge thank you to Caden Bednarik, our sideline reporter all season long. And also Davey McKinney. It's been fun working with this year for football season. I know you graduated in December, so Topper Nation, we don't have much time left with Davey for basketball season, but we'll have him for a little while before Christmas break. Third and 5, play clock down to 2. Ball is snapped right at 1. The handoff going nowhere. No gain. It'll bring up 4th and 5. And I believe that will be the 2-minute warning as well. And it will be. We will take a quick break and be right back for the final bits of this game. And the final home game of the year for the Hilltoppers on Topper Station.
Where are you going? The store in West Liberty. The store is open 7 days a week with daily lunch specials, hot food and cold sandwiches, Patsy's Pizza, and a wide selection of chips, pop, and other snacks, as well as household goods and hygiene products. We've also got a wide selection of beer and an ATM. Stop on in and check out the store, located at the top of the hill in the town of West Liberty, a proud supporter of Hilltopper Athletics.
From humble beginnings in 1837, West Liberty University has been home to thousands of students. Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. This is a place where you will discover who you are and where you belong, surrounded by lifelong friends and a supportive faculty and staff. Start your journey home at westliberty.edu.
Welcome back to West Family Stadium. Charleston will have to punt this one away. It's 4th and 4, 1:58 remains in the Alpha Tavern fourth quarter. Charleston continuing their undefeated season. Decent kick, gets a Charleston roll, and a flag is thrown on DJ Johnson for blocking somebody.
Illegal blindside block, number 7, receiving team. After this is the goal.
So they give him the blindside block, and maybe I'm old. I know I'm old. It's not maybe I am. I'm old. But football is becoming a little too not physical enough. Let's put it that way.
Soft.
Yeah.
Soft is a better word to use.
Now, I get the blindside stuff. Don't get me wrong. Blindside stuff, I get. But I don't know. I wish there was a little bit more physicality, you could say.
Yeah. I will say as someone that would be considered youngster, I do miss the aggressiveness in the game of football.
Yeah.
I used to love watching guys in the NFL just tear each other apart, and that was football. Now you have to, with football, as a defender, if you want to tackle the quarterback, you got to make sure he has a pillow, a blanket. You read him a bedtime story, and you sit him down gently. You can't just aggressively throw him to the ground anymore. It's not the same. So I understand where you're coming from.
Caleb Ratcliffe with the catch there, the 6'4 junior from Wheeling Central. A local product. Tarangan has to go left side. Ben Turner there for the short gain. I could go on for quite some time, but again, about the hitting and things of that nature, but it would be someone that had zero ability as a skill position player, like, don't give me the ball. That's the last thing you want to do is give me the ball. No, I'm too big, too slow, no quickness. So that's also coming from somebody that had no range of finesse of doing anything. Tarongan, left side again. Hurst going to be short and incomplete. Bring up a 3rd down and 8 with 75 seconds left to play.
No, I used to love the contact. I mean, I only played 2 years because I managed to hurt my shoulder, and so my main focus was baseball. That's how I was going to be able to afford college, was with a scholarship, and so I had to step away from football. But I was a fullback and a nose guard is what I was, and so.
Ben Turner gets a huge catch to the 45-yard line, and you know what? I know this is not his senior day necessarily, but for the final home game of the year, to give the fans here in attendance and at home watching a little glimpse of some of the ability of our offensive players, right there you go. Tarongan, left side again, over the head of Ben Taylor and incomplete. Bring up 2nd down and 10. 57 seconds remain. Again, like we said earlier, I want to thank Teresa Gretchen, executive producer, Trent Nicholson, our director, all of our student broadcast crew. Everyone in the athletics department for West Liberty and West Liberty football. Head coach Roger Wiley doing the coach's show with us every week throughout the year, or at least the football season. Well-placed throw. I believe Josh Rice, it was Rice on the catch, and Tarongan, that might have been his best pass of the ball game.
I think so too. I mean, he put it just in the right area, basically in the bread basket, and just over the reaching hands of Carlo Johnson, the linebacker for Charleston, number 51. I mean, he reached up for it, almost had a hand on it, but the placement for Tarongan right there was impeccable.
So the game clock winds down to 35 seconds and the play clock at 10. Flag is thrown. Tarongan looking downfield. Pass is going to go out of bounds, incomplete. We'll see what the flag is. It'll either be 2nd down or remain 1st. Be illegal motion on the Toppers. The Toppers will fall to 2-7 on the season. Charleston doing pretty well for themselves. They're setting themselves up for postseason play, and we'll see what happens with them. Good luck to the Golden Eagles as this season continues and represent the MEC well. Deep down the left side, Hurst, incomplete. They're going to throw a flag. I believe this one will go against Charleston, but and even for me, folks, I don't know if that was a flag or not. That should have been thrown. The way that Charleston has played today, and again, I understand their arrival, but they've kind of earned this goose egg on the scoreboard. Tarongan takes the snap, looks left side, fires to the corner. Hurst is going to have to stop up. Another flag is thrown. That one a little more egregious, but it was the same exact thing. Hurst trying to come back for it, and so the ball gets moved to the 2. Toppers have 17 seconds remaining. And 2 timeouts if they wanted to try to punch this one in and get some points on the board before the game is over.
I think, Todd, at this point in the ball game, it's more of just a let's get on the scoreboard type mentality. So they might use those 2 timeouts and try to keep the clock still as possible for the remaining of this 17 seconds.
The helmet comes off for one of the Topper linemen, and a flag comes in late on a run that was short of the goal line.
Unless it got pulled off.
Personal foul, offense, number 72. Continue to participate in play after losing his helmet. 15-yard penalty. First down.
So they call that one of the Topper offensive linemen whose helmet came off and continued to block. So 15-yard penalty, and West Liberty calls a timeout.
I think I have to agree with the fan base on this one. You know, just the aggravation of it all. It kind of seems as though, you know, you can't win for trying. And if they don't score here, do you take your last time out and send the field goal unit out there just to get points, or do you just try to go for the end zone and just keep the goose egg on the board?
That'll be a very good question. We will see how this final dozen seconds pans out. Both teams come back onto the field now. And since a timeout was called by West Liberty, the lineman whose helmet came off is allowed to go back in. So it looks like it's going to be 1st and goal from the 17-yard line. 12 seconds left in the game. The Toppers down 38-0. Hurst makes it trips to the left side. To the corner for Hurst. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down with 6 seconds remaining. And you got to think, the amount of time that play took, this will most likely be the final game, or final play of the final home game of the 2024 season for the Toppers. Again, the Toppers next week travel to Fairmont State and take on that rival, only to turn around and come back for the final week of the season, go to Wheeling and take on the Cardinals. Tarongan left side again, fires it. No one is there. Pass is going to be incomplete. They say 1 second remaining. Kind of hearing people in the crowd wanting some points. Go for the field goal or go to the end zone. Which are we going to do? Looks like the offense is going to stay on the field.
Maybe those are tied up there.
So both teams line up. 8 on the play clock. Final play of the game. Tarongan left side. Scrambles around, fires it to the end zone. Pass is going to be tipped around and out of bounds, incomplete. And the ball game is over. 38-0 is the final score. It is the final home game for West Liberty this season. Charleston stays undefeated on the year. They will have 2 games also after this one. We will take a very quick break and come right back for the end of the broadcast on Topper Station and the Mountain East Conference Digital Network.
What are you working for? Do you want to pursue your athletic potential while earning a degree that will benefit you for a lifetime? Do you want to play at the highest level in your sport? Do you want to be a champion? That's what the proud members of the Mountain East Conference are advancing toward every day. Providing opportunities and pursuing excellence. The Mountain East Conference.
My name is Ron Sismondo. I'm an orthopedic sports medicine surgeon at WVU Medicine Wheeling Hospital. So my goal is to never try to take you out of whatever you want to do. I'm not there to pull them off the field. Like, I'm not there to tell you, like, you can't go golfing or you can't do what you love doing, what you enjoy doing. My goal is to make sure that you're able to continue to do it and do it as best as you possibly can. You want to be out there. That's something that's important to you. That's part of your life.
Disasters happen. Pick the team that takes care of them all. Powered by offices in Wheeling, Morgantown, and Pittsburgh, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration is ready to handle any size emergency at a moment's notice. We have the right people, knowledge, and equipment to respond 24 hours a day.
I'm Roger Wildeye. When disaster strikes your home or business, tell your insurance provider you prefer the restoration company the Hilltoppers call, Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration.
From humble beginnings in 1837, West Liberty University has been home to thousands of students. Whether you're a recent high school graduate or looking to complete a college degree later in life, starting your educational career at West Liberty University will be the catalyst for your future. This is a place where you will discover who you are and where you belong, surrounded by lifelong friends and a supportive faculty and staff. Start your journey home at westliberty.edu.
What does Main Street Bank mean to you?
Well, Main Street has extended hours every business day. Their new checking and savings accounts are really good. The balance requirement is very low. And they have online bill pay and debit cards right away. Plus, they have great service, higher interest. That's money in the bank. The right bank.
Open your checking and savings account at Main Street Bank. You deserve a bank this good.
Well, welcome back to West Family Stadium. We'll take it down to Caden Bednarik, our sideline reporter. Caden.
Charleston is currently 9-0 overall and 7-0 in the conference. Charleston has 2 games remaining on their schedule at West Virginia Wesleyan College, then their final game of the regular season at home when they take on West Virginia State University. With this win versus West Liberty, Charleston clinches the 2024 Mountain East Conference Football Championship. Congratulations to the University of Charleston Golden Eagles. For Topper Station in the Mountain East Conference Digital Network, I'm Caden Bednarik.
And thank you for that, Caden, as you see Charleston celebrating, getting pictures taken with the banners. We've seen that before with different Hilltopper sports. But with their victory today, undefeated, they will at the very least have a share of the MEC regular season football championship. If I would assume eventually they're going to outright win this thing in the next couple of weeks, as they will end the season in a couple weeks. Well, Davey, a tough one for the Toppers. Not a ton of great things to talk about, but it is the final broadcast for us for West Liberty football home games this year. It was great getting to call the games with you. I appreciate you coming up and taking time and sacrificing time to do it. But in a week, we will have basketball season starting here on the Hilltop. It'll start with the MEC crossover. It will be West Liberty and Wheeling taking on both Bluefield State and I believe Westchester.
Yes.
And I'm making it sound like it's a tag team wrestling match. We talked about Jake the Snake Roberts earlier this season during one of the broadcasts. Now we're talking about this, but it'll be next weekend, Friday and Saturday. You guys will be able to check it out at home. And be sure to stay tuned. Again, thank you to Davey. Thank you to Teresa and Trent Nicholson directing all season long. All to our student cameramen, sideline reporter Caden Bednarik, I'd like to thank everybody for what you've done this year, and we will take this as our final goodbye for the 2024 football season. Be sure to tune in to the coaches' shows. We've got a couple coming up next Tuesday. We'll have the normal fall coaches show that we record in the mornings on Tuesdays, and then Tuesday night at about 6 p.m. we go live for the winter sports preview show. And we'll have the men's and women's basketball head coaches on with Coach Kyle Cooper and Ben Howlett, and men's and women's wrestling, and also indoor track for the winter season. So Coach Falvo, that does cross-country, indoor track for winter, and then spring track outdoor. He's all year long, and we're going to get very familiar with Coach Falvo throughout this season on Topper Station. So again, a big thank you to everyone who worked with Topper Station during football season, and to all the viewers. Congratulations to the football team and everyone who works with them. Thank you all so much for watching us this year. We will see you next year for another football season at West Liberty University.